After proving they were comeback kids in their win over Temple, the 2013 Chaparrals would deliver an encore performance at home against A&M Consolidated. Down 21-3 at halftime, Westlake erased the 18-point deficit en route to a 38-32 victory over the Tigers. Up next, another team that contributed to the 3 consecutive non-district losses in 2012. Westlake travels down San Antonio way for a rematch against the Knights of Steele. Boasting an electric offense led by Justin Stockton, Steele returns as one of the best in the state. It's Westlake and Steele, and it's coming up next.
This winter, prepare to be amazed as Elisa's Dance Academy and the Westlake Symphonic Orchestra come together to perform a variety of holiday favorites. From Tchaikovsky to Jingle Bell Rock, audiences will be astounded by concert-quality music and dramatic visual effects in a stunning production perfect for all ages. Join us December 12th, 13th, and 14th as the Westlake Technical Entertainment Crew and Lexus of Austin present The Nutcracker Spectacular.
We welcome you to live coverage of Westlake football. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell. Week 3, but game 4 for the Chaparrals as they travel down south on I-35. Well, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and we welcome you inside the UFCU broadcast booth. Again, I'm Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell. No Abe Garcia tonight because we're not that far away from the sidelines. I'm going to go ahead and kick that duty back over to you, my friend. John, welcome back after a week off. We had another thriller last week against the A&M Consolidated Tigers. Payback again for the Chaparrals for the non-district loss. Got him once in the playoffs and got him again in the non-district, avenging the loss from a year ago. But tonight, a little difference in the pudding when it comes to the Steele Knights. The Steele Knights boast an electric offense led by none other than 4-year varsity member, 3-year starter, Justin Stockton.
Yeah, Justin Stockton is an unbelievable athlete. And this is what you get when you have Darren Allman scheduling these non-district games. He wants to schedule the elite teams, and he has done that, especially tonight. A road game at Steele, one of the state powers, one of the best programs in the last few years, with a state title, a runner-up, a semifinal. They truly are an elite program, and Justin Stockton and LG Williams, the quarterback, are the 2 guys to watch on their offense.
They are indeed, and we get a look at the weather forecast right now as we bring you a live weather report. A little windy, definitely in the 70s, but as we await the playing of our national anthem, we will have the opportunity to bring you this broadcast not only live on our Westlake Shap app. Make sure you visit the iTunes store and you can download the Shap app and listen to all of the action right on your phone. Of course, you can head to westlakenation.com and download that broadcast as well. And of course, if you're watching on television, you have the opportunity to watch it live on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, channel 1509 in the greater Austin area. And of course, Steele has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so we will see the Westlake starters on offense first here at Lindhoff Stadium. Again, a lot of wind, some rain in the forecast. The field, no doubt, damp, John. But Westlake touting a new uniform here on the road. Normally, they go with a little different uniform combination, but today they're going with the white jerseys and the blue numerals. It's a good look for Westlake. Let's see if it brings them any luck.
Yeah, and it's the pants. The silver pants I haven't seen those on the road for Westlake. They usually go with the road red pants, and been following Westlake football a long time. So a little bit of a different look, but that doesn't matter. It's all about the football on the field.
It is indeed. So we await both teams. Obviously, the Westlake Chaparrals have made their way to their sideline, and we wait the arrival of the men in black. The black and silver trimmed with white. It's a familiar uniform in the state championship game. It's a familiar uniform in the greater San Antonio area, and the Steele Knights have come out to support their ball club here in their final non-district contest as well. Once again, I'm Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician, and of course Cameron Walker, our producer, as we welcome all of you to our coverage here as we broadcast live from Lindhoff Stadium. Part of our Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue tailgate show. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, 4 locations around the greater Austin area and some not too far away here in New Braunfels and in the northern parts of San Antonio. It's definitely the worst barbecue in Texas. We get an opportunity to take a look at the starting lineups. We can take a look at those now if you'd like on the offensive side of the ball for the Westlake Chaparrals as you get a good look at our parabolic mic down on the field that'll bring you everything. Here's the offensive line. Calvin Anderson, Taylor Marks, Bobby Dwyer, and Jordan Edgar getting his opportunity again in place of Silas Connolly, and of course Will Copa. The backs and the receivers line up like this. If we get a look at our graphic here on the television broadcast, the tight end is Zach Danby. John Rhodes not in the starting lineup tonight. We may see him briefly, but he was a little sick earlier this week. Sean Rawlings, of course, in the backfield and as a part of the wide receiver corps, and of course the senior wide receiver Patrick Elliott. And, of course, in the backfield for the Chaparrals, the senior quarterback Jordan Sievert, 6'4", 220 pounds. Alex Chavez and Ben Slaughter are Chaps of the Week. You'll hear it from them at halftime. And, of course, the kicker, Dallin Nelson, but we'll see some Alex Rees as well. Finally, they have made their way to the field, and obviously we don't need too much of a crowd mic tonight, John. We are right on top of the Steele faithful here on the home side of the field, and the men in black, the black pants with the black jersey numbers, or the black jerseys with the silver numerals trimmed in white, the black helmet with that famous Steele shield, the S shield on one side of the helmet, and then they go Alabama on the other side with their uniform numbers on the other side of the helmet. So it should be an interesting contest tonight. It is the men in black versus the men in red. And right now, really when you think about it, Westlake has got to set the tone early. They've got to be in a position to get the ball and establish the run quickly.
Yeah, and the key thing for Westlake early on, be looking out for how many first downs they can string together. You know, it's obviously you want to get points early in a ball game, but sometimes that doesn't happen. I think the key for Westlake's offense, just be able to get a few first downs going, get some momentum on offense. That's the thing that's really plagued this team early on, is just not being able to move the ball and put your defense in bad positions. So that's the thing they'll have to fix tonight.
The defensive starting lineup lines up like this for the Steele Knights. Joshua Malin and Matthew Simmons. Matthew Simmons, John will talk about him, a very potent family line and a very good player on the defensive end. And the tackles are Mason Martinez along with Zach Edwards. The linebackers are J.T. Carter, Marquis Allison, and Marcus Gutierrez. The juniors across the linebacking core, all new starters for the Steele Knights. And Carl Cunningham along with Alvin Johnson, Tyler Petoskey, and Mark Frankhauser, the sophomore, as the rover. When we come back after this 1-minute timeout, we will kick it off live from Linhoff Stadium. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
The Steam Team, your #1 choice for cleaning residential and commercial carpet, tile, and wood flooring, upholstery, air ducts, and more, including 24-hour emergency water and fire damage restoration. The Steam Team is an Austin original, locally owned and operated since 1983. All employees are trained and certified by the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration. We guarantee our services and will do whatever it takes to please our customers. Call 451-TEAM or online at thesteamteam.com.
And we welcome you back to live coverage of Westlake football. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell to call it here from Schertz, Texas, as we welcome all of you to our coverage here into the broadcast booth, the UFCU broadcast booth. And it's now time to kick it off here live from Linhoff Stadium. The color guard is exiting the field, and right now we have an opportunity to tell you about our kickoff sponsor. Our kickoff sponsor is presented by Texas Honey Ham Company. Kick off your day with breakfast at Texas Honey Ham Company. No matter when your day starts, you'll always have breakfast waiting at the Texas Honey Ham Company. We get a good look on our television broadcast as we welcome all of you watching the Time Warner Cable Channel rebroadcast, the sports channel at 1509 in the HD tier, of course 408 in the digital tier on Austin's Time Warner Cable. Make sure you check your local listings, folks, because we are available across not only the state of Texas, but we've gotten word that things are actually not too bad nationally with other Time Warner Cable spots, and then that's the busiest time of the year is football season, John. But we've got a dandy here tonight, and we're about to kick it off, and we'll see the Westlake offense first.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And you know, I look at this stadium. We do a lot of games in huge stadiums in the Central Texas area. This environment, though, it's so unique in that it is smaller, but it's a very just a small, intimate atmosphere, and really makes for a great Friday night.
It does indeed. Again, Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell as we await the kickoff here. All of you joining in live as we wait patiently here as the Steele Knights will kick off from left to right. The men in black will definitely have their hands full with the Westlake offense, and it's all about how those junior linebackers treat the run game. In my opinion, John, this game is going to be won whether or not Westlake can get to the outside like they did so easily in the second half against A&M Consolidated.
Yeah, and it was all Ben Slaughter. 21 carries, 129 yards. Didn't score a touchdown, but had a great second half against A&M Consolidated. They're going to need that speed from Slaughter tonight. That's going to be a big key, is running the football against this Steele defense.
And we await the kicker here for the Steele Knights. And getting an opportunity here is Emmanuel Hulben. He'll put his right leg into it, and Hulben drills one about 5 yards, make it 8 yards, and it'll bounce out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. So once again, we'll get a good look at the Westlake Chaparrals on offense. Calvin Anderson, Taylor March, Bobby Dwyer, Will Copa, along with Jordan Edgar getting the start in place of Silas Connolly. The tight end is Zach Dansby. The wide receivers, Patrick Elliott and Sean Rawlings. Of course, we'll see John Rhodes, but Josh Latham actually getting the start tonight. We may see John Rhodes, we may not see John Rhodes, but Latham, the 6'1", 170-pound senior, getting the start tonight. He has 1 catch for 12 yards. And, of course, in the backfield, Ben Slaughter, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Alex Chavez, also 5'10", 205 as the senior H-back. He'll see a little bit of both. Last week, he actually had the opportunity to play both, and they liked it so much they're going to do it again with the injury to Brian Kinney. So offsides is the call, so they will re-kick. Will the Steele Knights.
And there is a pretty sizable breeze heading from north to south, so that'll be something to watch, because I think the pass game is also going to be key. Westlake will obviously rely more on the pass than Steele will in this ball game. So in the first quarter, Westlake is moving straight into that win.
Again, we mentioned a different uniform look here. The silver helmets with the red Westlake W on the side. The white uniforms with the light gray pants, not the silver pants that we're used to seeing. Almost a Dodger blue, if you will, for the Westlake Chaparrals as they trot out the new combination of uniforms here. And it's not surprising. Darren Allman went to Oregon over the summer along with the rest of the coaching staff. So they're switching things up a little bit, trying to keep it timely. And now it looks like we are set to go, finally, as Texas Honeyham brings you the kickoff. There it is. Hulben gets his leg into it, and it looks like Rhodes' leg will have an opportunity at his 1. Rhodes out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, cuts it here up the middle along the seam, and he's upended, and the ball's come out, but Westlake has recovered. Nicely done there, and it looks like at the bottom of the pile was possibly, yes, it was Ben Slaughter. And a lucky break for Westlake there, as upended was Rhodes' leg, and that ball came flying out. But it will be the Westlake offense against the defense of the Steele Knights here to start things off.
Very fortunate there for Ben Slaughter to be able to get on that football. Westlake, we know they struggle with turnovers. Steele, that really doesn't. So it's going to be Westlake's job tonight to protect the football, because Steele will take advantage if you don't.
So the lineup on the left side of the hash mark here, on the left side of the field. Power eye look with Jordan Sievert under center, 2 wide receivers to the far side right. The toss here to the near side in front of the Steele bench, just outside the left hash mark. And it is Ben Slaughter getting the toss and not getting much, maybe a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Nice tackle there up front, as coming over was Marquis Allison on the end of the play.
There's a lot of athleticism and pretty good size in the front 4. This front 4 and really the front 7 of the Steele Curtin defense is very formidable.
2nd down and 9. Sievert back to pass. He'll swing it out. Flag is down, and that ball is thrown behind Slaughter. Slaughter will have to pick it up. It was a fumble, but Slaughter able to advance it back out to the 25-yard line, but a flag is down on the far side of the field, just outside the right hash mark at the 28.
It was offsides there against Steele. So a fortunate break there for Westlake. As you see on the replay, the backwards pass to Ben Slaughter. I thought maybe for a second he would just throw that ball away, but a fortunate break for Westlake to get the offsides, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and short. Like I mentioned before the game kicked off, it's very important early on for Westlake to get some first downs.
Indeed. So we will see it from the left hash mark here on 2nd down, and when you think about it, John, 2nd down and 4, really the playbook starts to open up just a bit from the left hash mark. They go into the pistol formation here with 2 backs joining Jordan Sievert. They fake it and swing it out on the flanker screen to Patrick Elliott. Elliott at the 35 trying to dance out of his tackle on the far sideline. He gets out of the grasp of Carl Cunningham momentarily, but gains sizable yardage, and it will set up 3rd down and 1. A 3-yard pickup there on the quick screen to Patrick Elliott.
And we weren't sure whether we would see a lot of John Rhodes. He is playing right now, and he was in on that play and made the key block to allow Elliott to pick up a few yards, and brings up a 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1 from the right hash mark, just outside the 36-yard line. The Chaparrals in the power eye look here with 2 backs, and the give to Slaughter. Slaughter dancing to the outside, just out past the right hash mark, and dives his way to the 41-yard line, and he picks up the 1st down. And the tempo right now, John, with no score in the opening drive, 10:35 to play in the 1st quarter, favors the Chaparrals.
Absolutely, and a great run there by Slaughter. The middle of the line there was really plugged up by that middle of the Steele defensive line, and a good job there by Slaughter to bounce it out and get the 1st down.
And you can tell I am not used to sitting down. Low trajectory here as Rawlings goes in motion on 1st down and 10. No score here with a receiver to the left and 2 to the far side right, the short side of the field, and a quick flag, another screen pass, a flanker screen to Patrick Elliott. Elliott past the 47-yard line out to about the 48, and he will come down there out of the grasp of numerous tacklers there. Tyler Wagner looks like he got in on the back end of that play, but it was Marcos Gutierrez that really brought him down. But we'll have to see what the flag is all about. And with that, we get a chance to meet our officials. Offsides on Steele, and we will take a look at our officials. Our head ref tonight is Lonnie Johnson. Our umpire is Albert Lopez. Joe Hernandez is the linesman. The line judge is Ray King, and Turner McGarity is the back judge. No score as that 1st down play erased just a bit, and they'll take the 5-yard penalty and do it all over again with 1st down and 5 from the 45-yard line. Actually, it'll be the nose of the football at the 46-yard line. So good field position here, and 2 minutes already off the clock here for the Westlake Chaparrals as they open the ball game here on a cloudy, rain-filled Friday. But right now, it is clear and open underneath the Friday night lights. From the right hash on 1st down and 5 to give to Slaughter. Slaughter trying to fight his way through traffic and does out to the 50-yard line, very close to the 1st down, and he is about maybe half a yard shy. We'll see if this is 2nd and short or a 1st down, and it looks like he will be about half a yard shy, right at the midfield stripe on the Steele side of the field.
And Steele's defense this year has shown the propensity to give up a lot of yards. Against Madison and against Converse Judson, they gave up nearly 600 yards, actually over 600 against Judson.
And rolling here to the near side is Jordan Seaver. He finds a man for a 1st down. That's Patrick Elliott inside the 45-yard line down to the 42. Nice little 8-yard pickup there as down to the 42-yard line goes Patrick Elliott, and yet another 1st down for the Chaparrals as they are moving the pace, very much what Darren Allman spoke of in our pregame interview.
Absolutely, looking sharp right now. The running game is working, and Jordan Seaver looks sharp.
Here's the pistol, the zone read. They swing it out to Rawlings. Rawlings with the catch, and he fumbles the football. Rawlings, no, it'll be incomplete. It looked like he might have taken a step, but a big break there for Rawlings, as it looked like he might have had control before he lost it, but an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he looks like here he just never really had the football. You see it starting to come out, and good call there by the official on the far side. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
The ball will be marked on the left hash in front of the Steele bench. And our apologies here because our old school press box here at Lindhoff Stadium, a charming old school press box, but our cameras are on the opposite side of the field, so we will do our best to maintain the description on the radio and on the television. A quick slant to Rawlings, and it's complete inside the 35-yard line down to the 30, and he's brought down there at the 29-yard line. A 13-yard pickup for Sean Rawlings. Just a quick strike slant to Rawlings for the 1st down.
And if there's one guy on the Westlake offense that the defense will always have to account for, it is Sean Rawlings. 6 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown last week. He is a playmaker.
Pistol formation with 3 wide receivers to the far side right. 2-step drop. Jordan looking, has time, fires to the far sideline. That pass is caught by Patrick Elliott, and he stays in bounds right around the 25-yard line. And a nice pickup there of about 4 yards, maybe 5. It depends on the spot, but it looks like they're going to give him yardage to the 24. So it's about a 4.5-yard pickup there, 2nd down.
Great job early on by this Westlake offense. We saw Westlake last week against Consolidated get to this area of the field a couple times early. It's a matter of converting and getting into the end zone. That's the key right now for this Westlake offense.
So now with just a back to his left, Slaughter, 2 wide receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side right. Jordan now flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield, and does not have a man, but a flag is down as there was a little bit of contact there, but maybe an illegal man downfield would be the call. We'll wait for our head referee, Lonnie Johnson, to initiate that call. Trying to get a good look there as Cunningham clapping his hands on the replay. Cunningham was the one guarding Patrick Elliott on that pass towards the far sideline. And Steele will take the penalty, obviously, as it's an illegal man downfield.
Ineligible
makes
receiver
things
downfield
a little
on the
bit more
offense.
treacherous
5-yard
here on
penalty,
2nd down. Turns it into about a 2nd down and 11 with the ball marked in the middle of the field between the hash marks at the 30-yard line. Second down and 11, ball just inside that right hash mark. Jordan all by himself with 5 wide receivers in the formation. Jordan back to pass, fires over the middle. That pass caught into traffic. Goes Sean Rawlings, and he comes down with the football inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. Pick your tackler, Chris Boring, there in the middle of the defense trying to wrap him up. And a good catch and protecting the football is Boring, along with Marcos Gutierrez, cuts Rawlings down.
Jordan Sievert looks really good right now. He's getting that ball out quick, which is sometimes the negative for Jordan Sievert, is that he can hold on to the ball too long. Right now, he looks really sharp. The ball is on the money to his receivers. 2
tight ends in the formation, and Boykin and Zach Dansby lining up here to the near side is Latham. And here comes the toss sweep here to the near side. Slaughter down to the 20-yard line, inside the 20, down to the 19. It's a first down run, but we'll have to wait. Flags come out from the far side of the field in front of the Westlake bench. Frank Hauser tripping up Slaughter to bring him down, but it will be against Steele. So this one will not be coming back, and it's offsides against Steele. So it was a free play. It looks like Westlake is going to go ahead and take, will they decline the penalty? It looks like they are going to, no, it's just a automatic first down.
Yeah, that's the 4th offsides penalty already against Steele. 3rd on the defensive side of the ball. They had one on the kickoff, but just lack of discipline right here on the Steele defense. You got to make sure that your head is behind the football before the snap.
No score, 7:24 opening drive of the ball game. Back to pass, firing over the middle. That pass caught by Sean Rawlings. Sean Rawlings trying to get into the end zone. Did he make it? No, he didn't. He's down at the 1-yard line, and he's getting up slow. Sean Rawlings shaking up on the play there as he thought he possibly made pay dirt, but he is getting up slow. Now he's up and he's jogging, but what a beautiful catch there. It's a 17-yard pickup for Sean Rawlings, and it sets up first down and goal. Lots of traffic over the middle between these linebackers, and how about Jordan Sievert just threading that needle down to the 1. Power eye look for Jordan Sievert on first and goal from the 1-yard line. Now Jordan will toss it towards Alex Chavez. Chavez into the end zone for the touchdown. Alex Chavez using that 205-pound body, and he's a Chap of the Week, and he has the game's first score. Westlake gets into the end zone with a 17-yard catch by Rawlings and a 1-yard plunge by Alex Chavez. Touchdown, Westlake.
Yeah, you could not draw up a more perfect opening drive for this Westlake Chaparral offense to take 5 minutes off the clock and just methodically move the ball down the field. Just an impressive start for the offense.
The snap is down for Dallin Nelson out of the hold of Rawlings, and that kick is up, and it is good. So with that, we are 6:59 into the ball game here, folks, left in the first quarter. It is Westlake 7, Steele nothing. Back in a moment. This is Westlake football.
On game days, you see me running out here with close to 100 other people. It's a team effort. It takes all of us to make UT football a success. It's a lot like you and your finances. You need to surround yourself with the best people in the business. That's where University Federal Credit Union comes in. The UFCU team works hard to make sure your financial game plan is always in shape. University of Texas Athletics and University Federal. So close, we share the same name.
We welcome you back to live coverage of Westlake football. The game's opening drive belonged to the Chaparrals. 11 plays, 72 yards, took 4 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by Alex Chavez after a 17-yard reception by Rawlings set up first and goal, and the Chaparrals on the board 7-0. Joe Taylor, John Nidell, live from Linhoff Stadium for you as we bring you this coverage of our final non-district competition. Bowie to open up District 15-5A play as Alex Rees will kick it off here from his own 40-yard line. He's just going to pop it up and keep it away from Justin Stockton. It'll be fielded at the 25-yard line, and now backing up and trying to make a move for the Steele Knights is Tyler Wagner, the backup quarterback, able to dance just a little bit in traffic out to the 30-yard line, and looks like he will be placed down at right around the 31-yard line is where the line of scrimmage will be marked. You have to beg our pardon. We're looking across the field for the set of the chains. And that's where Westlake will start defensively. And we'll get a good look at the starting lineup for the Westlake Chaparrals on defense. Across the line of scrimmage, Ryan O'Farrell and Daniel Aidman are the ends. William Wang is the nose guard. The linebacker is outside, Luke Womack and Tyler Bost. Inside, Bryce Boisvert and Hudson Hall. The cornerbacks are Bennett Huddleston and Rhodes Legg. The safety are Matthew Andreo and Tate Shaw. We'll get you the Steele offense here. And now rolling here to the near side for the Steele Knights. That pass caught by Wagner, and L.G. Williams hits him on the stride. And now down the right sideline trying to make a move. And I beg your pardon, that is not Tyler Wagner. A nice job there for Steele by Brian Soski. Soski getting loose there on the near side. And it's a 38-yard pickup here and a first down. And just like that, you talked about it, John, the explosiveness. We go from the 31-yard line. And I apologize, that's D'Angelo Wallace. D'Angelo Wallace, the young man that made that catch out of the backfield. And now just like that, a 38-yard pickup, and now it's on the Chaparral 31-yard line. Running it himself, L.G. Williams around the left side. L.G. Williams trying to make his way inside the 20 and does. And inside the 20-yard line, well, it looks like they're going to call timeout, and it's a first down. They'll wave the clock off, but it looks like there might be a flag on the far side. But you can see just how quick this Steele offense can move. The men in black, a 38-yard pickup, an 11-yard pickup, and first downs all the way around, but it's holding on Steele. That run by L.G. Williams will be negated. Didn't see the flag. Now there I see it right at the 31-yard line. So it happened right at the line of scrimmage. Steele off to a fantastic start. A 38-yard catch and run by D'Angelo Wallace. But now a holding penalty will back the Steele Knights up to the 41-yard line. And all I can say is, wow, when it comes to speed for this Knights team.
Yeah, and L.G. Williams really does give this Steele offense a different gear. Last year, quarterback McCollum didn't quite have that extra gear. And even Tommy Armstrong, who's at Nebraska and probably going to start on Saturday, didn't have that extra gear that L.G. Williams has.
Back in the shotgun is Williams. Williams fires here to the near side, and that pass is caught by Jalen Harris and absolutely jukes out Bennett Huddleston at the 35-yard line. Manages to pick up positive yardage inside the 30-yard line down to the 25 before he's finally knocked out of bounds. And Tate Shaw coming over and making the pop at the end of the play along with a slew of extra defenders. But wow, what a move by Jalen Harris.
Yeah, give credit to Harris here, but at the same time, you got to break down and make the tackle. Still, though, a heck of a play, and you see the talent, the speed, and the quickness of Steele.
A 19-yard pickup, and a timeout has been called. And for the Westlake Chaparrals, I'm not too sure. Our board here, our scoreboard here, a little light on information. We've got down and distance, but we don't have timeouts. So we'll have to keep track of this. I believe it was a timeout for Westlake, and we will keep it here. Of course, thanks to all of you joining us as Westlake leads 7-0. As Steele's first offensive possession has been wet with electricity already. A 38-yard pickup on the first play, 6:04 to play here in the first quarter. Westlake, of course, getting that huge 5-minute drive to open the game. The 1-yard touchdown run by Alex Chavez. We thank all of you for listening live back in Austin on KLGO 1490 AM. Of course, at WestlakeNation.com and the Westlake Shap app on the iTunes Store. Make sure you download it and listen to all the action all season long as Westlake takes on Steele. Get a good look at Jordan Sievert there on the sidelines as part of our Time Warner Cable Sports Channel rebroadcast of the ball game Sunday morning at 9 a.m. in Austin on Channel 1509. Make sure you check your listings all around the state of Texas and, of course, across the nation. You might find Westlake football on anywhere. A high-definition broadcast of high school football at its finest. Pistol formation here out of the timeout, 2nd down and 1, and the give to Stockton. Stockton trying to turn the corner inside the 15. Stutter steps his way right along the hash marks on the outside, and he is bumped out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line, and they're going to say positive yardage carried him down to the 6. 1st and goal for the Steele Knights.
Stockton just 5'9", 180 pounds, but you see why Cliff Kingsbury, and even more so Mike Jinks, the former Steele coach who's now at Tech as an assistant, love what Justin Stockton bring to the table.
I'm pretty sure that no doubt Michael Jinks is going to have a lot to say about Justin Stockton, get the ear of Cliff Kingsbury when it comes to where this young man plays football at the next level. And just like that, that young man, Justin Stockton, is into the end zone with a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Knights are on the board with 5:52 to play. Touchdown, Justin Stockton. Touchdown, Steele.
And we see the 5-minute drive for Westlake. This one a lot shorter for the Steele Knights. A lot of big plays. Justin Stockton with his 9th rushing touchdown on the season. He is just a very good athlete, and looks like there's a player down now for, looks like a Steele Knight down on the field.
That is correct, so we'll have to wait and see what that is all about. In fact, why don't we go ahead before the point after touchdown? Let's go ahead and take our timeout now. We'll break it for 60 seconds. 5:52 remaining in the first quarter. Westlake with a 1-point lead and a point after touchdown coming for Steele. All of that and more coming up after this timeout. This is Westlake football.
Ever wonder what's scratching around in your attic? Hi, I'm Bobby Jenkins of ABC, and it may be rodents. If you're hearing something, call our specialist for a free inspection. If needed, we'll design a rodent control plan for your home. We'll seal entrance and exit points and install traps, then return to remove the traps and ensure your home is rodent-free. And you'll have a 1-year renewable warranty after we leave. ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
Call ABC Home and Commercial Services.
Last-minute coaching going on there on the sidelines as we welcome you back to our coverage. 4-play, 69-yard drive, 38 of it on the first play of the drive. And it winds up with a 6-yard touchdown run by Justin Stockton, his 9th touchdown of the season, like John mentioned. And we had a down player for the Steele Knights and one of the offensive linemen, Deontay Noel, John.
Yeah, Deontay Noel, and he is the best player on that Steele offensive line, that huge Steele offensive line. He's actually 308 pounds, and he's the 3rd heaviest guy on the starting offensive line. The tackles run 316 and 318, but he's a Texas Tech commit, and the way he came off the field, it looks like, I would guess he's probably going to come back in this football game. He looks like he's sitting down there with his O-line mates on the bench.
Big kids is Rhodes' leg, along with Ben Slaughter back deep to receive. Also, Malik Jacobs waiting patiently for his opportunity to use his afterburners here at Lindhoff Stadium in Church, Texas, just a stone's throw away from San Antonio, the greater San Antonio area on the north side, if you will, just north of 1604, north of Judson High School, again the big 5A powerhouse down the road in the city of Converse. And here is the night kicker, Emmanuel Hulbin. He'll kick it deep, and Malik will just let this one bounce over his head for the touchback. Good look at the Steele offense last time around, as it was a quick drive for the Knights. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician, and of course, our producer, Cameron Walker, joining you live for what has turned out to be a cool fall night. Temperature just below 72 degrees. The wind blowing just a bit. Sizable on the field, and it's more of a crosswind coming from the northwest side of the stadium to the southeast side of the stadium. Not affecting the pass yet because no one's elected to really throw the ball deep. A lot of short passes, and out of the shotgun, it'll be a zone read to Slaughter. Slaughter trying to turn the corner and does. He dives forward to the 25-yard line out to the 27, but a nice play there defensively for the Steele Knights as Alvin Johnson tracking down Ben Slaughter.
And so far, Westlake has had a lot more success through the air early on than on the ground. We'll see if that continues, but Steele's defense this season against Judson and Madison have given up a lot of yards through the air.
So now Slaughter going from the left side of Jordan Sievert to the right side. 3 wide receivers in the formation, and the give is straight up the middle and down in the backfield, and a huge play up front by Zach Edwards, the 257-pound junior. That is his second tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and the ball's back to the original line of scrimmage at the 25. Ball marked just inside the left hash mark at the 25-yard line is now looking towards the sideline on a big 3rd down and 10 play. Tie ball game here, 7-7 inside 5 minutes to play first quarter from Lindhoff Stadium. The Chaparrals methodically move downfield to open things here in Church, Texas, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 here to the left. Sievert looking, has time, fires over the middle. That pass is overthrown. Too high for Patrick Elliott. There was a window there, John, but unfortunately that pass just a little too high for Elliott as he could not elevate and bring down that football. It would have been a surefire first down if it was on the mark.
And there was even a bigger window to Josh Latham on the other side. He was coming across the middle as well beyond the first down marker. Sievert looked like he was maybe staring down Elliott all the way, but missed opportunity there for the Westlake offense, and that's the thing they have to avoid in this ball game is 3 and outs and giving the ball back to this Steele offense so quickly at what will probably be good field position.
Patrick Elliott on for the punt, averaging just over 43.5 yards per punt. Back deep to receive around his 45-yard line is Wallace. And it'll be a line drive end over end, and it'll drive down inside the 40-yard line. It's juggled and now taken by Wallace. Wallace at the 45, and lunging is Zach Dansby, the 6'5" tight end, and he brings down Wallace. Very little return out to the 46-yard line, but a short field for the Steele Knights.
About as good as you could hope for, though, by the punt team. It was a low kick, a good job there by Patrick Elliott to keep the ball out of the wind and just get a little bouncer. That way, Wallace didn't really have much of a chance to get a return there.
The offensive line, the tackles are Matthew Beeland and Cameron Jackson, Deontay Noel, and Fernandez, the guards. Kevin Lavelle is the center. The tight end is Matt Moen. We'll get you the rest of the starters for the Steele Knights. And now the handoff to Stockton. Stockton trying to turn the corner and does against Andreo. At the 40, inside the 35, down to the 30-yard line, and just a burst of speed inside the 30. And they'll mark him out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. In fact, they will say that Stockton made it to the 25-yard line, and it's a huge gain of 23 yards and a first down for Stockton.
And I feel comfortable with saying, Joe, that Stockton is probably the fastest guy Westlake's defense might see all year. You know, if you look at just the yards per carry that Stockton and Williams have this season, it's scary good. You know, you're looking at 12.4 yards per carry between the running back and the quarterback.
Down to the Chaparral 25-yard line and back on either side of Williams. Williams will fake it and now toss to Wallace. Wallace sheds a tackler inside the 20, bounces it outside the numbers, and he's wrapped up nicely there by Nick Scott. Nick Scott is that extra linebacker slash defensive back. He's got the speed to drop back in coverage, and that time he had all the responsibility in the world. Nothing between him and the end zone, and he wraps up Wallace for a 5-yard gain. Second down and 5 from the right hash here. The ball on the near side of the field for the Steele bench. And now one back Stockton onto the right of Williams. It's a zone read play. The give to Stockton. Stockton wrapped up by Aidman and William Wang. Everybody trying to converge on the speedy tailback. He does pick up positive yardage down to about the 16-yard line. Make it the 17-yard line, and it will be third down here for the Steele Knights. 3-yard pickup there by Stockton on the zone read.
Westlake's defense here, looking at the 17-yard line and a third and short, so you got to just assume that they're probably going to run this football as they come out with two backs surrounding Williams.
Stockton and Brown surrounding Williams, and the ball gets loose. The ball gets loose. Now corralling it is Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner. He's headed to the sideline. He picks up a block, and right there to meet him is Bryce Boisvert. A huge collision. Actually, no, it wasn't Boisvert. It was the combination of Boisvert and Wang. Boisvert and Wang, and they stop him right at the 19-yard line, but a flag is down. And it's a face mask on Westlake.
And what a huge penalty right there. Yep, you see it right there. Luke Womack inadvertently just got a little bit of the face mask, then let go, then took a huge shot. And that's going to give the Steele Knights a first down.
It'll be down to the 10-yard line at the spot. So it'll be a first down and goal. The ball just inside the 10-yard line at the 9. So a huge break for Steele as they get the face mask. Williams jogs back in. Half the distance to the goal, places the ball at first and goal in all 7 here at Linhoff Stadium with 2:39 to play in the opening quarter. 4 backs in the backfield now and a huge jumbo set. And now the handoff will go to Stockton. Stockton stutter steps at the 10, now changes direction inside the 5, plunging down to the 2. And he's brought down just shy of the goal line. Wang, along with his other friends down there trying to bring Stockton down, keeping him out of the end zone. Minimize the damage here. Fighting off blocks and just trying to make the play. At the very end, it looked like Andreo kind of stopped him there at the top end of it. So we'll see Williams jog back to the huddle on second and goal from the 1.
And the fullback, Keyshawn Brown there, got a great block on the outside on Luke Womack, and that allowed Justin Stockton. It gave him the whole inside, which he took.
And now going to take it himself on the quarterback keeper, trying to turn the corner easily is L.G. Williams, and he is into the end zone for the score. A nice job there by L.G. Williams. And for L.G. Williams, that is his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Knights have grabbed their first lead of the ball game as we await the point after touchdown. Touchdown, Steele.
You just look at the 3 ball games for Steele so far. They had 45 points in a loss to Madison, 51 against Judson, 49 points against Tybee. So you know it's a great offense. You know it's going to be hard to slow them down. You just got to hope the Westlake offense can keep up.
The snap is down, the kick is up, and the point after touchdown by Hulbin is good. So with that, A 14-7 lead for the Steele Knights with 1:50 to play in the third quarter. This is Westlake football.
For 102 years, the Coverts have set the standard for car dealers in Central Texas. Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, and your parents, grandparents, and even some of your great-grandparents have shopped with my family. Our service, our inventory, and of course, our low Covert price are the reasons over 1 million customers come back again and again. We want to be your car dealer. Let us prove it. Covert Auto Group, Austin, Bastrop, and Hutto.
We welcome you back as a little bit of drizzle falling here at Lindhoff Stadium. The 6-play, 52-yard drive capped by a 1-yard touchdown run by L.G. Williams, his 5th of the year, and now Hubin lining up for the ensuing kickoff. It's a 14-7 lead for the Steele Knights. They'll kick it off from left to right from our vantage point, right to left on the television broadcast, and now Malik will let it bounce over his head. He thought about it and then let the ball bounce over his head and out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. So now Westlake will be forced to answer here. They went 3 and out on their second possession after coming out like gangbusters, putting together almost a 5-minute drive, capped by a 1-yard touchdown run by Alex Chavez. And for Alex Chavez, his second rushing touchdown of the season, had one a week ago as well. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Westlake Chaparrals. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell as we welcome you to what no doubt is a rain-soaked field, but a nice night so far. We'll see if the weather cooperates. Spreading it out is Westlake in the pistol formation. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Jordan looking over the middle, has man, and that pass is behind the tight end, Zach Dansby, who it was intended for. And it is incomplete. 2nd down and 10. And Jordan, as sharp as he looked in the first drive of the ball game, coming up a little bit hot and late to a couple of his wide receivers.
And down 7 here, and the Steele offense on the other side of the field. You know you want to try to get a score here, but if there's any team that's not going to panic with getting down early, it's Westlake.
A tight end to the right, 3 wide receivers here to the near side left, and now Chavez trying to come to the near side, and he has nowhere to go. Down, a 5-yard loss, and a huge play on defense there for the Steele Knights. Coming across his defensive end position, you're not going to get away from Matthew Simmons, and it's a 5-yard loss back to the 4-yard loss back to the 21-yard line officially, but a big play by Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons, 6'5", 220 pounds. Just a heck of an athlete out there. His brother Ryan is the starting middle linebacker at Oklahoma State. He was a star linebacker here in the state championship, on the state championship team in 2010.
2 wide receivers to the far side right, 1 here to the near side left on 3rd down and 14. Out of the pistol, Jordan has time, now looking, still looking, pocket collapse, and he's hit as he threw the football and knocked down by Joshua Malin.
Yeah, Josh Malin is the counterpart to Matthew Simmons. He's even bigger at 6'6", 254. He's a commit to Baylor University and just a large presence at the end position, as Westlake will now have to punt the football.
And Patrick Elliott will be on for his second punt, and so far 6 plays for the offense here and back-to-back possessions for the Westlake football. And now the low snap is dug out nicely there. Another low but spiraling kick, and it's going to bounce, and Wallace is going to watch it fall down to about the 38-yard line, down to the 37. Looks like they'll give him the 38-yard line there as Bryce Boisvert downs the football. It's a 41-yard kick, and actually, check that, it's Luke Womack downing it. So now Westlake will have the opportunity to try to defend it again before this game gets out of hand here, trying to keep it to single digits. As we know, the Westlake Chaparrals can enforce the second half mojo, if you will, but right now with a team like Steele that can score from any spot on the field, you've got to maintain the damage. Your offense has sputtered the last couple of series. You got to be able to hold here on defense. And now the jumbo set back out there for the Steele Knights. There's 4 men in the backfield. Now it's the play action. Williams looking downfield, man-on-man coverage, going for Wallace, and that pass is overthrown and incomplete. Step for step with Wallace was Rhodes' leg, and he had back-end help with Bennett Huddleston, who got thrown out of the ball game last week for targeting in high school football, part of the UIL rules. He is not suspended, but an automatic ejection when that happened. And we all know that we heard Coach talk about it in our pregame show, John, that he was diving for the football and a collision happened. But nonetheless, the referee managed to call the targeting, threw Bennett out, but Bennett is back in that starting role here, guarding one-on-one with D'Angelo Wallace. Same formation with 4 backs, including Williams. This time they're going to give it to Stockton. Stockton trying to cut it up, and he's met immediately. A nice play there by Hudson Hall as he wraps him up and drops him at the 41-yard line and actually drives him back to the 38. But forward progress out to the 41-yard line and a big play in the middle by Hudson Hall.
And Steele really did Westlake a favor by throwing that deep pass on first down. It put them in, finally put the Steele offense in a goal or a second down and long situation. And now with the big play there by Hudson Hall, a 3rd and long, as Steele will take a timeout.
They will indeed. We'll keep it here with only 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. 14-7, Steele with the lead over Westlake at Lindhoff Stadium. Well, impressive so far. We talk about the defensive end, 6'5", 6'6". Really, from a defensive standpoint, even though Steele with an opportunity with 3rd and 7, very impressed so far at the penetration and the adjustments already in the first quarter to thwart the Westlake offense after they took it down the field with their opening possession.
Yeah, 2 straight 3-and-outs on the last 2 possessions for the Westlake offense, and you got to give credit to that Steele defense and that Steele front for being able to stop the Westlake running game, which really hasn't been able to get going so far. Jordan Sieverts looks sharp, so that's one thing to watch as we go on through this game. Will Westlake continue to try to test Steele through the air a little bit more?
Our station identification here at just after the top of the hour, 8 o'clock local time here in Schertz, Texas. You're listening to Westlake football live on The Word, 1490 KLGO, Austin, Texas. I'm Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell. Brian Ferguson and Cameron Walker aside with us, part of the Number 9 Productions crew here. And, of course, the Westlake Technical Entertainment crew bringing you all the sights and sounds. And, of course, our voices on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel rebroadcast Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on Channel 1509. Of course, you're listening to us live at WestlakeNation.com and, of course, on the Westlake Chap app. 3rd down and 7 here from the Steele 41-yard line. A 4-man front here for the Westlake Chaparrals. Back to pass is Williams. Here comes the rush. Upended and now chased out of the pocket is Williams. Williams still looking, trying to fire, and now the pass is downfield and it's incomplete. I thought maybe there for a moment Daniel Aidman had Williams wrapped up at the 30-yard line. Rhodes' leg there on the end of the play. It was intended for D'Angelo Wallace, and the ball batted down incomplete. 4th down and a huge defensive series for the Chaparrals.
Huge, as you mentioned, 3-and-out, and Hudson Hall got the pressure initially up the middle. It was a great block there by the running back, but it still forced L.G. Williams to go outside, and a good play, good discipline in the secondary, and a good play by Rhodes' leg on the ball.
And how often do you see a defensive end as your punter? And that is the case. Nick Scott gave it a try to block it. He's going to drive Rawlings. He jungles and fumbles the ball at the 20-yard line, and he'll fall backwards to the 19. Rawlings trying to move before he caught the football, and a nice job there. And really covering his back is Tate Shaw, and I think Tate Shaw actually recovered the ball. So they got on the football, and using the fact that there were 2 people, it was Sean Rawlings that got the ball back. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Westlake at the 19 as they hold 14-7 with 8 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Westlake bringing out 2 wide receivers to the Steele side of the field, 1 to the far side right. Rolling here to the near side is Jordan. Fires. That pass is caught. A bullet to Patrick Elliott out to the 28-yard line. And it is good enough for about an 8-yard gain, maybe a 9-yard gain. We will see if they get a final playoff here in the first quarter. No, it looks like it is a 9-yard gain, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. They will not get another snap off, but the ball's marked at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1 when we come back. After 1 quarter of play, it's Westlake trailing Steele 14-7. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
This winter, prepare to be amazed as Elisa's Dance Academy and the Westlake Symphonic Orchestra come together to perform a variety of holiday favorites. From Tchaikovsky to Jingle Bell Rock, audiences will be astounded by concert-quality music and dramatic visual effects in a stunning production perfect for all ages. Join us December 12th, 13th, and 14th as the Westlake Technical Entertainment Crew and Lexus of Austin present the Nutcracker Spectacular.
As you can see, the rain falling. A mist, if you will, not necessarily hard rainfall. This was expected. Umbrellas out. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell here at Linhoff Stadium. The handoff on what technically is first down and 10 after they try to measure it. Breaking free is Slaughter. Slaughter still on his feet out past the 45-yard line into Steele territory. And a huge gain by Ben Slaughter as he tore out a one tackler and picked up 23 yards in the process and a first down for Westlake. A huge run there by Ben Slaughter, getting the opportunity, and Westlake trying to hurry it up, take advantage of the wet football. Power eye look with Chavez in front of Slaughter. First down and 10 after the 23-yard pickup. Jordan under center looking in, and now a timeout will be called by Westlake. We will go ahead and take it as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is Westlake football.
They'll review that. They'll assess the penalty, but they'll review, and if it comes back that it wasn't an intentional targeting, that it just ended up looking that way, that they'll put the player back in the game. We don't have that luxury, so it's a big call to make to eject a player from a game when he doesn't do something flagrantly intentional to injure somebody, and I didn't feel like it was even close to that.
We welcome you back to live coverage of Westlake football. We apologize. The referee's a little quick out of that timeout as the ball was given to Ben Slaughter. He picks up 2 yards out to the 46-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. Back to the left is Alex Chavez. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Back to pass is Sievert looking, has man over the middle of the field, and that pass is incomplete, but a huge hit across the middle by the linebacker for the Knights on defense there. Just coming across as Chris Boring, and nothing boring about that hit over the middle on Sean Rawlings. Incomplete. Third down coming up here for Westlake.
It's good to see a hit across the middle on a receiver that doesn't get flagged. It was a good hit there by the linebacker, but so often you just see the referee just pull out the flag just because it was a hard hit. Good job there by the officials to keep the flag in the pocket.
On third down and 8, rolling here to the near side is Jordan. Looking on third down and 8, has man, and that pass is incomplete. Intended for Rawlings, and Cunningham able to try to get up in the way of that football and wave his hands. Getting up gingerly there is Tyler Petoskey. And it'll be a punting time here for the Westlake Chaparrals. So they hold on defense, unable to move the ball after a big 23-yard run by Ben Slaughter. And their drive stalls at midfield right around the 46-yard line. So now once again for the third time in the half. Now punting left to right from our perspective, from right to left on the television broadcast. Patrick Elliott hovering right around his own 42-yard line to punt this one away to D'Angelo Wallace, who's at his own 15. A battle of field position here, and the wet football, and it's a big punt. Patrick Elliott looking downfield. Now the ball is dumped off here to the near side to Andrew Zucker. A flag has been thrown, and the ball is down at the 48-yard line in Steele territory. We'll have to see what this is all about, as no doubt Lonnie Johnson has some explaining to do, and it's a block in the back on Westlake. That penalty is declined, and it's a first down here for the Steele Knights with excellent field position. Like the call at midfield, but the play just did not materialize as Patrick Elliott and no doubt Jeff Rhodes and Darren Allman thought. So now they put their defense in a precarious situation here with that decision. An illegal block in the back gets Steele very good field position here. And if they had taken that penalty, folks, just so you know, if they had taken that penalty, the Steele Knights would have to endure another punt. They don't want to. They want the football at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, with 4th and 7, though, there's just so much room to cover, so much ground to cover for Patrick Elliott. I don't know about that call.
Back on either side for LG Williams, and now he'll take it on the zone read. Williams at the 50, now knifing through 3 defenders. Tate Shaw along with Nick Scott, and finally bringing him down at the 45-yard line. A nice spurt there of about 8 yards, make it 7, and it'll be second down and 3.
There's the one thing I'll say about a fake punt call right there is that you really know that this Steele offense is extremely powerful, and you know you got to keep up with them. So that's probably why that call happened right there, but you give Steele great field position, and they get a good gain on first down.
The umpire, Albert Lopez, coming in and drying off the football from the left hash inside the 46-yard line. Now four-man front under center is Williams to give to Stockton. Stockton wrapped up by Hudson Hall right at the 40-yard line. He drives him backwards, but it's good enough for a first down as he spurts forward for a 4-yard gain and a first down along that left hash. But give credit to the penetration up front. That four-man front for Westlake giving Hudson Hall a one-on-one shot at Stockton.
Yeah, as long as Hudson Hall is able to run free like we have seen a few times early on in this football game, then this Westlake defense will be in good shape in terms of the inside running game. And so far, Steele's big plays have been to the outside. So we'll see if Westlake or if Steele is able to get some breaks inside and burst some runs open.
Back into the shotgun with two backs in the backfield offset. Now the zone read will stay with Williams. Williams trying to get to the outside and slips and falls. And now we can see, even though the mist is not necessarily that hard, the field getting slick. And LG Williams moving a little bit too fast there as he falls down after about a 1-yard gain.
And even though he did tackle himself on the play, there were 3 Westlake defenders right there ready to make the tackle. And that was, once again, inside the tackle box. So a good job here by Westlake's defense to force a second down and long. Now you just got to make it a third and long and put Steele in a passing situation.
2 wide receivers to the far side right, 1 here to the near side left, 1 back to the right. That's Stockton. Now Williams is going to run right behind him. Williams with running room, trying to sidestep one tackler, dives forward to the 31-yard line. And Williams able to use his legs yet again down to the 31-yard line, very close to a first down, but a yard short.
You just see a little bit of over pursuit there by the defensive ends up the field. And the offensive line on the inside got a great push down the field. So that's why LG Williams had all sorts of room to get down to the 31-yard line.
So 3rd down and 1, playbook open here from the right hash on the Westlake side of the field. As Jalen Harris splitting out wide to the left, 1 receiver to the far side right, under center, the give to Stockton. And actually check that, it's by Bryson Denley, the sophomore, the 154-pound sophomore, dives forward to the 28-yard line, and he picks up the first down with just a 2-yard easy carry across the 30-yard line down to the 29. So a first down and 10 here as into the red zone go the Steele Knights, up 14-7 with 8.5 to play here in the first half. From Linhoff Stadium here, the head coach, Scott Linhoff, his parents, their name on the building here, Robert Linhoff, a 38-year veteran of this school district and the athletic director and longtime head coach of the Samuel Clemens High School team. And now Stockton bouncing it to the outside. Stockton got some room around Hudson Hall, and Stockton into the end zone from 29 yards out. Stockton in for 6. Touchdown Steele.
And you see right there from Justin Stockton, it's not just speed. It's a little bit of power. You see him lower the head, and Westlake defenders just bouncing off his thighs. A powerful runner even at 180 pounds, and then he uses that speed to get down the sideline and into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And with Hoobin on for the extra point. The snap is down, the kick is up. It's a low line drive kick, but it splits the uprights, and it is good. 8:04 to play here in the half, and it's Steele 21, Westlake 7. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
You need steam for a deep down clean. Send in the team. The Steam Team.
The Steam Team is your #1 choice for cleaning residential and commercial carpet, tile and wood flooring, upholstery, air ducts, and more, including 24-hour emergency water and fire damage restoration. All employees are trained and certified by the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration.
You need steam for a deep down clean. Send in the team. The Steam Team.
Call 451-TEAM.
We welcome you back to Linhoff Stadium live in Church, Texas. Wind blowing, mist coming down, a 6-play, 52-yard drive, capped by a 29-yard run by Justin Stockton. Stockton into the end zone for the second time tonight. And his 10th touchdown for the 2013 season as Hublin on, as he'll kick it from right to left. And just a pop-up kick here. Drive the would-be receiver here to the 21-yard line, and there's a fight for the football. And it looked like Westlake came down with it. Rhodes' leg along with Matthew Andreo kind of battling it out. They corral the football, and it's Westlake football here at around the 22-yard line. So Westlake once again down 14 points. It is not an uncommon sight for Westlake to be down double digits, but 14 points with 8:02 to play. Westlake's got to answer on this drive, even just to give their defense a break here, looking for that same magic that they had in the first quarter in their opening drive, where they marched methodically down the field for an Alex Chavez 1-yard touchdown run. Out of the shotgun, moving left to right, and the handoff will go to Chavez. Chavez trying to find some running room, and it does so, but dropped there in the traffic at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of about maybe 2 yards out to the 24. As he was stopped initially right at the line of scrimmage, but he turned forward for about a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 coming up. And the ball resting in the middle of the hash marks just outside the 24-yard line, excuse me. 3 wide receivers here to the near side right, 2 to the far side left. 5 wides on 2nd down and 8 for Jordan. Looking, has some time, fires over the middle. That pass caught by Rawlings, and it's dropped after the huge hit over the middle yet again. And Rawlings really got his bell rung there. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Westlake, and a huge pop at the end of that play.
You know, as good as this front of the Steele defense has been against the run, there really hasn't been any pressure so far on Jordan Sievert, and that's why he's been so sharp early on in the passing game. We've seen a couple big hits lately on Sean Rawlings over the middle, but at the same time, you gotta like the time that Jordan Sievert has in the pocket. If he can continue that, expect to see Westlake have success through the air.
A tight end to the left, 2 wide receivers here to the right, 1 to the left. Now Jordan back to pass on 3rd down and 8, has time, fires high, but that pass is caught to Dansby. Shakes one tackler, falls forward across the 32-yard line. He is very close to a 1st down, and it looks like he might have it. Right at the 33-yard line, and it is good enough for a 1st down. So a big 1st down grab there on the high pass from Jordan Sievert at 6'5". Dansby pulls it down and moves the chains.
A good spot there for the Westlake Chaparrals to pick up that 1st down as they move quickly to the line.
Now 1st down and 10 here, the handoff to Slaughter. Slaughter trying to find some room on the outside, shakes out a 1 tackler as he dances in between the hash mark and the numbers out to the 38-yard line, and a flag has been thrown.
I think it was one of the linemen, or maybe Dansby there, wasn't set before that ball was snapped, so it's going to be a procedure penalty or illegal shift here on Westlake, I believe. It looks like they're talking to the Westlake coaching staff, so it's going to be another offsides. Wow.
Offsides against Steele, so a free play. A free play there, and we welcome all of you trying to follow us on social media here. We've got some internet connection issues, obviously, with the rainfall, but you can follow us at Westlake Sports on Twitter, and of course at facebook.com/Westlake Sports for all the action. 21-7, inside 7 minutes to play here. It'll be 1st down and 5 after the penalty enforced. The ball moves out to the 37-yard line on the left hash. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. A tight end to the left is Dansby. A back on either side of Jordan. A clap of the hands, and now a flag comes in. Free play here for Jordan. Rolling left, looking left, and now firing to the sideline. As that pass is incomplete. Rhodes tried to come up with a circus grab there, but could not dig it out of the ground, as Jordan put it where only Rhodes could even have an opportunity to make the grab. But once again, play allowed, and it will be a false start, an illegal procedure penalty. Not too sure why the play was allowed to continue there, as the flag was thrown at the snap. So now Westlake will be backed up to its original spot after the Dansby grab on 3rd down and 8. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line, so it's like the offside penalty never happened. They give the 5 yards back on the procedure penalty, and now Dansby lining up in the slot right. Rhodes wide right, 2 wide receivers to the far side left. Now Jordan over the middle. That pass is caught for a 1st down. Rawlings trying to spin out of a tackle at the 45-yard line, and makes his way out to the 50-yard line, and a nice gain as Sean Rawlings catches a dart from Jordan Sievert on an 18-yard pickup and a 1st down.
That's just a great throw there by Jordan Sievert. It actually looked like he may have changed his arm slot a little bit on that throw, a la Matthew Stafford, but a good play there.
Here's the pistol. They fake the run to the right. Now looking. Jordan trying to elude Simmons, and he'll just fire it away. Smart play there by the senior quarterback. Is bearing down on him was Matthew Simmons. Simmons was all over the quarterback on the fake. He held true, and that's why he is going to be a Division I linebacker, or at least has the opportunity to be a Division I linebacker. But that time coming from his defensive end spot, what a heck of an athletic play just to stay with Jordan Sievert.
And now you get another 2nd and long. I like what Westlake's doing, though, here. Opening up the offense a little bit more, let Jordan Sievert throw the ball, because as I mentioned, he really has had a lot of time as they go with no running backs here.
5 wide receivers as Chavez splits to the slot right now. A fake, firing over the middle. That pass caught by Rawlings. First down yardage and more. Rawlings inside the 35-yard line, upended at the 32-yard line. And coming in and making that pop on him is Mason Martinez, coming out of his defensive tackle spot behind the play along with Malin. Malin there to upend Rawlings, but not before a gain of 18 yards again on the strike to Rawlings and a first down for Westlake. They're down 14 with 6:07 to play in the half. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right, looking for the swing pass, but they opt for the screen pass to the far side to Rhodes. Rhodes makes the grab inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. So positive yardage here for John Rhodes as he picks up yardage down to the 26-yard line. A 6-yard gain will be 2nd and 4. Westlake up tempo with Chavez to his left. Here's Sievert out of the gun. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. A tight end to the right is Dansby. Now Chavez moves to the right side of the quarterback at 6'4". They will give the ball to Chavez. Little pepper of 205 right up the middle, and it is very close to a first down, and it looks like he does have it. Chavez eclipsing the first down marker right around the 22-yard line. It's a first down for Westlake.
And this drive right here looks a lot more familiar to that first drive Westlake had in this game when they went down for a touchdown. A good mixture of the run and the pass, and they just look in sync, and Jordan Sievert looks very comfortable when he drops back to pass. So a good drive here for Westlake.
21-7 your score, 5:15 to play. Power eye look, Jordan under center, Slaughter the deep set, Chavez in front of him. And now the run to the right side. Slaughter with the hold. Darts it back towards the hash marks. He's still on his feet inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. And it's a 10-yard run and a first down for Ben Slaughter.
Great play there by the offensive line. You got to give credit to the guys up front, opening up that hole for Ben Slaughter. As you see, the nice cutback right here by Ben Slaughter, right off the backside of, looks like that was Taylor Marks. A good block and a good cut by Slaughter to pick up the first down.
Power eye look in the backfield on first down and 10 from the 12-yard line inside the red zone here. And the handoff will go to Slaughter. Slaughter hit immediately but falls forward, perhaps back to the original line of scrimmage. Knifing through there defensively was Joshua Cavazos, the 277-pound senior. We're seeing a lot of substitutions along the line. Now checking back in is Boring.
As the rain has picked up again, it's not too heavy right now, and we haven't seen any lightning, which is a good sign. As long as the lightning stays away, we should not have any delays in this ballgame.
A back on either side. It's Chavez and Slaughter. You'll hear from him at the half. Now the fake, play action, pass, caught over the middle, and that's Sean Rawlings into the end zone. Touchdown, Westlake. Jordan Sievert finds Sean Rawlings from 12 yards out, and the junior has the touchdown grab for the Chaparrals. Touchdown, Westlake.
Just a simple rollout to the right for Jordan Sievert. They bring Sean Rawlings all the way across the formation at the 5-yard line. He makes a catch and breaks a tackle as he goes into the end zone, and Westlake in very good shape here with 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Nelson out of the hold of Rawlings, snapping it as Zucker. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4:14 to play here, Westlake gets back on the board. It's Steele 21, Westlake 14. This is Westlake football.
On game days, you see me running out here with close to 100 other people. It's a team effort. It takes all of us to make UT football a success. It's a lot like you and your finances. You need to surround yourself with the best people in the business. That's where University Federal Credit Union comes in. The UFCU team works hard to make sure your financial game plan is always in shape. University of Texas Athletics and University Federal. So close, we share the same name.
to Linhoff Stadium in Church, Texas. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician, Cameron Walker, our producer, as Westlake puts together a 12-play, 78-yard drive, capped by a 12-yard touchdown reception by number 11, Sean Rawlings. And for Rawlings, a heck of a receiving year already. That is his third touchdown grab. And Rawlings has been the featured receiver, and he has earned his stripes tonight as he has taken several pops. Nelson lining up the ensuing kickoff. He'll use his right leg, and the basketball player will put it into this one. End-over-end kick, and it's going to drive Dinsley back to his own end zone. He's going to bring it out. Dinsley to the 10, to the 20, and he's roughed up at the 25-yard line. And a big, big tackle there at the 25-yard line. But somehow, as Bryson Tinley gets out of one initial tackle and works his way out to about the 28-yard line. So 4:07 to play here in the first half. 21-14 here from Linhoff Stadium in Church, Texas, just outside the greater San Antonio area. As Westlake travels about 80 miles south from the campus of the hills of Westlake and Westlake High School. 4:07 to play here, and a 12-play drive for the Westlake Chaparrals, desperately needed as they are back within 7 here. Williams with Stockton to his left. One wide receiver to the far side right, one here to the near side left, and it's a straight quarterback keeper play. And now Williams tried to bust out of tackles. He keeps his legs moving across the 35-yard line out to the 36-yard line. A slew of tacklers. William Wang with the initial hit. Boisvert right there as well. Boisvert in place of the injured Brecken Hager, who is desperately waiting to get back into the ballgame, but the coach is holding him out, still trying to rehab from what technically is a broken leg back in May. But Boisvert, the sophomore, has stepped up huge, playing next to Hudson Hall. On the 7-yard gain, it's 2nd down and 3. The give to Stockton. Stockton trying to elude Tate Shaw. He cuts back on Shaw, and here goes Stockton to the 50. Cuts it back towards the midfield. Inside the 40, inside the 30, down to the 20. One man to beat, inside the 10. Rhodes leg can't get him, and he dances into the end zone for the score. A huge touchdown run for Justin Stockton. A trifecta for number 4 here in the first half. Touchdown Steele.
Justin Stockton is absolutely incredible. You see the cuts here and the juke moves, just absolutely making Westlake defenders look silly, and just the speed that Justin Stockton has. What a weapon he is for Scott Linhoff, and he's going to be a great weapon for Cliff Kingsbury and Lubbock starting next season.
A 63-yard scamper, and it will be Holben on for the extra point. We owe you one more break here before the halftime, and we'll get it after this point after touchdown. The snap is high. Holben with the opportunity there to bang it through, and it is good. Could have been a flag for holding on the play, but they won't call it. 3:21 remaining in the first half, and it is back to a 14-point lead. Steele 28, Westlake 14. This is Westlake football.
Ever wonder what's scratching around in your attic? Hi, I'm Bobby Jenkins of ABC, and it may be rodents. If you're hearing something, call our specialist for a free inspection. If needed, we'll design a rodent control plan for your home. We'll seal entrance and exit points and install traps. Then return to remove the traps and ensure your home is rodent-free. And you'll have a 1-year renewable warranty after we leave. ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
Call ABC Home and Commercial Services.
Welcome you back. It didn't take long for Steele to get their 7 points back after the 12-play drive. The Steele Knights only need 2. A 63-yard scamper by Justin Stockton only took 46 seconds off the clock, and Steele is back to a 14-point lead. 28-14 here with 3:21 to go at Linhoff Stadium. The rain falling steadily here from the Westlake end zone to the Steele end zone. And a pop-up kick by Holben will go out of bounds, and it will be a penalty. So Westlake will get good field position here at their own 35-yard line to start things off. 166 rushing yards already for Justin Stockton, a young man who came into the ball game with 477 yards. So he has already eclipsed the 500-yard rushing plateau early in the season. in almost through the first half of game number 4. What an incredible effort. Both teams at 2-1, and I mentioned the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. It's actually going to be placed at the 30. Westlake in the pistol formation with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 here to the near side right. And now the handoff will go to Slaughter. Slaughter swallowed up and now bounces it back towards the 30-yard line. So he is brought down by Gutierrez as Slaughter goes down. No gain on the play officially, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. 3:05 to play, clock moving. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, who is headed to the sidelines for our halftime interview. We'll hear from him in just a moment when he gets set. As the rain just a mist, it really hasn't been raining per se. 3 wide receivers, including Dansby in the slot left. 2 wide receivers, 5 wides in the package. Looking here to the near side, that pass is incomplete, intended for Sean Rawlings. And Sean Rawlings wants Cunningham on a helmet-to-helmet grab there, maybe even pass interference, not too sure. But it felt like Rawlings, at least he, from his perspective, thought that he was hit before the ball got there. No flag thrown, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down and 10, 2:46 to play here in the first half. 28-14, a 64-yard streak by Justin Stockton, his 3rd touchdown. He has 21 of the 28 points. All of the ground here for Steele as Williams has the other score. And now the low snap, rolling here to the near side is Jordan. Jordan looking, now flushed out, reverses his field, fires the pass, it's tapped up in the air, and it's incomplete. And a lucky break there for Westlake as that ball hung in the air, what seems like forever, and the ball falls incomplete. So it'll be 4th down here, and we head to the sidelines to John Nidell.
Well, an important series now for the Westlake defense with just 2:39 left. The wind is blowing pretty strong and the rain is coming down. So a big series here for the Westlake defense has remained down only 2 scores as we near the half.
So it will be 4th down here as Patrick Elliott will be on, kicking from left to right. The low snap is juggled, and this one is almost blocked, but a line drive kick. Wallace will have a chance to field it at the 30. He'll let it go by him at the 25-yard line. He picks it up, reverses his field after the 30, to the 35, out to the 40, where he is sandwiched at the 41-yard line. And a nice pop there for the Westlake Chaparrals on the special teams play. And getting a good shot in is Jordan Edgar on the side. And again, just a sandwich move there, as Steele will have an opportunity with 2:26 to play. A 15-yard return on the 41-yard line in their own territory. Steele clinging to that 14-point lead. Now Steele with an opportunity to try to make it 21 with the rain falling here at Lynn Off Stadium. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Williams is going to take it himself. Brian O'Farrell got into the backfield, wrapped him up until he had help. And down in the backfield goes Williams back to the 41-yard line. No gain officially on the play, and a nice play there, just getting the penetration for Ryan O'Farrell. Get a pistol look here on 2nd down and 10 from their own 41. Williams avoids the rush. The screen pass set up perfectly to Brown. Brown at the 50. Brown with 1st down yardage and more, and slips and falls at the 45-yard line. Otherwise, he had much more yardage to gain. A huge gain inside the 45-yard line, down to the 44 in Chaparral territory. A 15-yard pickup at a 1st down. Zone read keeper here, just inside the 40-yard line, as Williams able to angle himself inside the 40 down to the 39. So it's about a 2-yard pickup here and sets up 2nd down, or 3rd down, or 5-yard pickup, excuse me, inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 5 with 1:19 to play here. Under center is Williams. Now they'll look to play action, and they'll hand it off to Stockton. Stockton straight at the gut, and he's finally bottled up by Luke Womack, but not before he picks up a 1st down inside the 25-yard line down to the 24. Another 15-yard pickup at a 1st down there for Justin Stockton, who is owning the Chaparrals right now on the ground. Handoff again to Stockton. Stockton busting it to the outside, trying to get to the numbers, and does, and he falls down inside as a tackle made inside the 15-yard line. Once again, it is Nick Scott bringing down Justin Stockton inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So a 15-yard pickup and a 10-yard pickup, and Stockton cruising, trying to eclipse 200 yards rushing before the first half even ends. Inside a minute to play. Power eye look here. Backs off set. Now rolling right is Williams. Flag is down. They fire to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for Matt Moen, but a flag is down. And they're checking with Westlake's sideline and Darren Allman. Looks like it might be a holding penalty here. No, it's a illegal procedure on Steele. That penalty is declined. It'll be second down and 10. They don't want to replay first down as the ball mark inside the 19-yard line, inside the 15-yard line at the 14. So they'll take the incomplete pass with 49 seconds to play. Rain coming down just a bit hard. A back on either side of Williams, and now a low snap, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. It's still bouncing, and pouncing on it is Westlake. Westlake has it, and it will be Westlake football, and a nice job by Daniel Aidman. The ball squirted away on the low snap to Williams from center, and Aidman is there to recover the ball. A big turn of events here, and Westlake has the football at their own 31-yard line. They have 43 seconds to do it. Here's the pistol formation, a fake to the runner, and now throwing downfield across his body is Jordan Siebert, and that pass is somehow caught by Sean Rawlings at the 40-yard line for the 9-yard gain. They fake the dive to the right out of the backfield. Jordan rolls to the left and fires back across the field off his back foot, and Rawlings makes the grab at the 40-yard line. Second down and 2. Here's the snap. Siebert now looking, and now they're going to call a legal procedure here, perhaps even a false start. We'll see what the penalty here is. And it is an illegal procedure. Is the call here for the Chaparrals, and Lonnie Johnson letting us know that Westlake tried to hurry up a little too much, and you can hear the beads of water hitting the umbrella of John Nidell down on the sidelines as the rain has definitely picked up. 18 seconds with the clock moving here in the first half. We'll see if Westlake just takes a knee, down 14, but a huge turnover on the low snap, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout. That's what they're going to do with 11 seconds. They'll have second down and 6 here. And the towel covers up the football, the nose of the football right at the 35-yard line on the left hash on the far side of the field. We stay with John Nidell. And John, one thing I know that this half has told Westlake, and obviously the players are going to have to make their adjustment, but Justin Stockton, as advertised, limited in the second half last year because they went to the air, did the Steele Knights, because McCullum had the opportunity to go over the top of the Westlake defense, catch him by surprise. A big game by Wallace in the first quarter, a touchdown to Moen to open the third quarter, part of a 21-0 rout of Westlake in just the third quarter back at Chaparral Stadium a year ago. But this time Westlake trying to keep Stockton in front of him. It's not working, but right now damage limited, I would say, in the other weapons that Steele brings to the plate.
Sure, absolutely. And if you're Westlake, you kind of have to feel fortunate to be down 14 right now, and the fact that your offense has put together a couple of good drives as Siebert will take a knee.
Siebert does take a knee. That will end the first half, and we await the thoughts of head coach Darren Allman, as John Nidell will no doubt have those thoughts here in just a moment. But again, Steele with a 14-point halftime lead as they will take it to the locker room up 28-14 as John Nidell waiting for the head coach of the Westlake Chaparrals, and I believe John has him. And we take it to the sidelines here in just a moment here to get the first half thoughts of Darren Allman, his team down 14. John, take it away.
Well, Coach, down 14 at halftime. Your offense put together a couple of good scoring drives. What are your thoughts as you head into the second half?
Well, I think we've got a pretty good plan, and they're good. You know, that's we've got to execute some things defensively, we've hung in there, but we're giving up some long runs. We're learning some lessons on angles again. But they've got probably the fastest guys in the state in the backfield. I think we'll be better in the second half that way, just because we've had some experience on them now, and we've got a better idea of what they're trying to do. And we're going to have to get some turnovers. They've done a good job so far protecting the ball until right there before the half. We need to get a short field for our offense. They're really good on defense, and maybe if we can get some short field and get a quick score in second half and get some momentum going again. Do our thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks, John.
The rain's picked up just a little bit, as you could hear, and right now the faithful here taking in this game have managed to realize that the rain has started to fall just a little bit harder. We will take a quick timeout for halftime, but when we come back, we'll have the second half, and of course, if you're listening to the radio broadcast, we'll have our full Mini of Austin halftime show. But your halftime score from Linhoff Stadium, it's Westlake trailing Steele. The Knights of Steele 28, Westlake 14. This is Westlake football.
For 102 years, the Coverts have set the standard for car dealers in Central Texas. Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, and your parents, grandparents, and even some of your great-grandparents have shopped with my family. Our service, our inventory, and of course, our low Covert price are the reasons over 1 million customers come back again and again. We want to be your car dealer. Let us prove it. Covert Auto Group, Austin, Bastrop, and Hutto.
The sights and sounds of high school football on a rain-soaked Friday evening. Obviously heavy rain early as we welcome you back to our ball game here and welcome inside the UFCU broadcast booth. Live from Linhoff Stadium in Church, Texas, a 28-14 halftime lead for the home team, the Knights of Steele, and it's all Justin Stockton all the time. He is as advertised and almost 200 yards rushing in the first half. I know that you're not going to be able to contain them if you're Westlake, but right now what you're trying to do is maximize your time on the field offensively.
Absolutely, and it's all Justin Stockton, like you mentioned, 11 carries, 192 yards. That's over 17 yards per carry. And it's important for this Westlake defense, and it's obviously important to come out in this first drive of Steele, somehow get a stop, whether it's a turnover or forcing Steele to punt. You got to make sure you don't get down too much more than 14 points. We've seen the last 2 weeks they've come back from 17 down, but you probably don't want to have to do that again tonight.
We take a look at the first half stats, and of course the team stats say it all. For the Westlake Chaparrals, down 14, 180 yards of total offense, 131 of those through the air, 225 on the ground, most of those by number 4, Justin Stockton, 77 through the air, 302 total yards. The one turnover by the Steele Knights that proved costly when they were driving down inside the red zone in Chaparral territory and could have put this at a 21-point deficit. As it stands, it's a 14-point lead. Steele will get the ball. For the Westlake Chaparrals, looking at the numbers here, Jordan Sievert through the first half, 13 of 22 for 131 yards. And, of course, the one touchdown pass to Sean Rawlings. And Ben Slaughter, 9 carries for 46 yards and 4 carries for just 3 yards, but the 1-yard rushing touchdown, the other score for Westlake and Alex Chavez. Sean Rawlings, a heck of a night already. We talked about how impressive Stockton was. He has almost 200 yards rushing in the first half. Well, almost 100 yards receiving, 7 catches for 92 yards for Sean Rawlings, 4 catches for 25 yards for Patrick Elliott, and Williams is 4 of 7 through the air for 77 yards, 11 carries, 192 yards, 3 touchdown runs for Justin Stockton. L.G. Williams, 8 carries, 33 yards, and of course the score. And D'Angelo Wallace with 38 yards to open the drive initially for the Steele Knights in the first quarter, but since then only 1 catch for 5 yards, and he has 43 yards total, 19 yards for Jalen Harris, and Brown with the 15-yard reception there in the second quarter. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back to kick it off here back in 60 seconds. That'll do it for the Mini of Austin halftime show. When we come back, the third quarter of action from Linhoff Stadium. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
This winter, prepare to be amazed as Elisa's Dance Academy and the Westlake Symphonic Orchestra come together to perform a variety of holiday favorites. From Tchaikovsky to Jingle Bell Rock, audiences will be astounded by concert-quality music and dramatic visual effects in a stunning production perfect for all ages. Join us December 12th, 13th, and 14th as the Westlake Technical Entertainment Crew and Lexus of Austin present The Nutcracker Spectacular.
And we welcome you back to Linhoff Stadium, a site for Game 4, Week 3 of high school football here in the great state of Texas. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician. Of course, our on-site engineer and producer, Cameron Walker, as we bring you live coverage here on our Westlake Shap app. Up and running here in the second half. You heard the thoughts of Ben Slaughter and Alex Chavez during the halftime show, our Shaps of the Week. Interesting dynamic duo there. They are a tandem. They like to have a lot of fun. They've been on the field for the past 2 weeks, and I like that. Although the injury to Brian Kinney, a true fullback or a halfback in this offense, the power spread, if you will, for the Westlake Chaparrals. What you look for up front on the offensive line differently for Westlake. Obviously, they've had the good pass protection for Jordan Sievert, but what's been missing that was not missing in the second half against A&M Consolidated is the ability to get to the outside. We're still waiting on the big run from one of those 2 running backs.
Yeah, we've seen some decent-sized runs, but you're right. There's only been 49 yards rushing for the Westlake Chaparrals. That will need to change. Westlake needs to certainly surpass 100 if they want to have any chance in this ball game. But I tell you what, Steele against San Antonio Madison in a loss in that game. They were up 38-21 in the middle of the third quarter, lost by 1. So certainly they've shown already through 3 games that they can lose a lead.
And an interesting kickoff effort there is drilling it is Manolo Gonzalez, a new man to the varsity and one of the backup kickers here. And Gonzalez just drills one, bringing it out for the Steele Knights was Bryson Denley. Denley out to about the 21-yard line, but how about that? A backup defensive lineman getting an opportunity to kick the ball off here in the second half, and he does so. And just a 19-yard return back to the 19-yard line along the left hash. They'll move right to left. The men in black with their silver numbers on their jersey, trimmed in white, the black pants, the black helmets with the Steele logo, the emblem on the side, the shield, and their varsity jersey numbers on the other side of the helmet. And now Williams will hand off to Stockton. Stockton trying to churn his way up the middle, and he's met by a slew of would-be tacklers there. Andreo comes out of the pile first, along with about 4 other Westlake defensive personnel there. It's about a 1-yard gain out to the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 9. Nowhere to go for Stockton on the opening play of the drive.
And it was Hudson Hall, the middle linebacker, making the play. But we will see very early on in this second half what kind of adjustments Westlake has made in terms of stopping Justin Stockton.
So from the left hash, 2 backs, offset, out of the gun. is Williams. Williams barking signals here. He's trying to move Harris more to the slot. He does, as we are just underway in the third quarter. Now the zone read, the fake, and now Williams wrapped up by Hudson Hall immediately, and he's dropped for a 1-yard gain, but Hudson Hall all over L.G. Williams. A good play right there by Hudson Hall, and he was actually incredibly frustrated, John, last week. Spoke to him after the ball game, and it's all because of a little sophomore named Boisvert. They ran to that side, but now watching film, they know Boisvert is a player on that left side in place of Hager, and now Hudson Hall gets a little action up the middle and makes L.G. Williams pay for it.
Yeah, and a 3rd and 6. We'll see if they decide to throw the ball here. They come out with 3 wide. I suspect they probably will, although the playbook is probably wide open right here.
Now going in motion is Denley. Now the Williams will keep it himself. A straight ahead run play there. And the good block up front there. And coming off that block was Fernandez, the 251-pound junior. And he just kept his feet moving downfield. And Williams able to sneak in behind him for a nice gain and a first down out to the 34-yard line. About a 7-yard pickup there and a first down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Two tight ends and a wide receiver to the far side right. This time Stockton shakes off one tackler. That was Hall. Now Stockton into the open field. Stockton down the left sideline to the 20, to the 10. See ya. Good night. A quartet of touchdowns, and just like that, a 67-yard scamper. Hudson Hall had him in the backfield, and stepping out of it was Stockton to the house. 67 yards for the score. Touchdown, Steele.
That's just an absolute killer missed tackle in the backfield there. And you see the speed by Justin Stockton, just a unbelievable play, and he's right around 250 yards now on the night, 4 touchdowns. Just an incredible night, and no pun intended.
Hublin on for the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So with that, we will take a quick timeout. 35-14 your lead here in the third quarter. This is Westlake football.
They'll review that, they'll assess the penalty, but they'll review, and if it comes back that it wasn't an intentional targeting, that it just ended up looking that way, that they'll put the player back in the game. We don't have that luxury, so it's a big call to make to eject a player from a game when he doesn't do something flagrantly intentional to injure somebody, and I didn't feel like it was even close to that.
It's a 4-play, 81-yard drive, a 67-yard touchdown run, the 4th of the night. A quartet of touchdowns here for the senior, and it seems like he has eligibility forever at Steele, but he is headed north and west to the South Plains, and Texas Tech is getting a dynamic player next year, and I know John Nidell very excited about that as Holden on for the pop-up ensuing kick, and Rhodes' leg will take it at the 22. Rhodes trying to make his way around, and a big pop on the end of that play. And a nice job there in the open field for the Steele Knights was Alvin Johnson. Looked like he was the first man there, along with Akale Hooper. And Westlake will start once again their first possession down 21 points. So there's the touchdown that evaded Steele after the turnover on the low snap of the fumble that was recovered by Daniel Aben to end the half. But just like the doctor ordered, Stockton in for the end zone in a 67-yard run. So Jordan Sievert will start from the pistol formation in his own 28-yard line. They try to establish the run early with Chavez, and he falls forward for about a yard gain out to the 29-yard line.
And I called a Steele game back in 2010, the semifinal game against Houston Memorial. Justin Stockton, just a freshman at that time. How often do you see a freshman making an impact as a running back at the 5A level? Not very often, and he had around 500 yards, maybe 600 yards that season. A big contributor behind Malcolm Brown.
2nd down and 9, Rawlings in motion. Now he comes in to get to play. He'll retreat back to his slot position on 2nd down and 9. Just underway third quarter, 35-14. Now trying to hand it off again to Alex Chavez, and he's thwarted in the backfield there. Coming through is Zach Edwards from his defensive tackle position. He makes the pop, and backwards goes Chavez for the loss. Now 3rd down and 11. You're down 21, 9 minutes to play here. Obviously, Steele can put the ball into the end zone with one touch of the football. Right now, Westlake's got to try to keep the clock in their favor, but they've got to go downfield as Josh Latham checks into the ball game. Slaughter to the right of Jordan Siebert. 4 wide receivers. Is back to pass on 3rd and 11. Throwing over the middle and towards just the right side of the hash mark is Patrick Elliott. That pass is low, but it is caught right at the 1st down marker. It looks like it is good enough for a 1st down, and it is. It is an exactly 11-yard pickup for Patrick Elliott. It's a favorable spot, and you can hear the Steele faithful. They don't like the spot out near the 38-yard line, but it's a good catch. And it's down right at the 38-yard line, the nose of the football on that left hash, and it's clearly an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Yeah, and the clock never stopped, by the way, on that play. The referees didn't notice, and the clock keeps rolling.
Yeah, so 20 seconds milked there. 4 wide receivers here, now over the middle. That pass is behind Ben Slaughter. And Ben Slaughter had an opportunity with running room in the middle of the defense. He cut at the 45-yard line, and unfortunately that pass just well behind the speedy junior tailback, who split out into the slot and was wide open over the middle, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Jordan Siebert.
And I'm not going to say you want to completely give up on the run, because that's certainly not what you want to do if you're Westlake, but the way they're having a lot of space throwing the football, and we'll see if they throw here.
Zone read, and now Slaughter trying to turn around the corner, and he can't do it. So on 2nd down and 10, they go backwards 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13, the ball back to the 36-yard line. Josh Malin on the stop there, along with 2 other defensive players there for Steele. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician. And now 3rd down, and again, it's officially only a loss of 1 on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 11 here with 3 wide receivers here to the near side right, 1 to the far side left. And now out of the gun, here comes the rush, stepping up and firing low. Intended target there over the middle was, I believe, Patrick Elliott, and it's punting time here for Westlake as that ball came out of Jordan Siebert's hand, and it was low all the way. John Rhodes chatting with the officials momentarily as he jogs back towards the sidelines, and it will be Patrick Elliott to come on for the punting try. Again, 35-14 as Steele came out of the locker room with a bang, 67 yards, all by Justin Stockton. Now Wallace back deep. Here comes the rush, and Elliott able to get the punt away, and Harris has it at the 26-yard line. Harris at the 30, backtracks towards the 25-yard line, picks up a block downfield at the 30, and now picks up yardage to the 35, but now finally brought down on the far sideline there in front of the Westlake bench. And a nice job there, just corralling and running out of real estate for the Westlake Chaparrals. Just an excellent job there by 3 players, and I believe on the far side of the field getting involved was Luke Womack. He'll stay on the field, manning that outside linebacker position, but now the defense needs to force something here for the Westlake Chaparrals to stay in this ball game. Right now it's a manageable 21 points, if you can say that, but Westlake has the big play opportunity. The pass protection is there for Jordan. He's just misfired a couple times out of the locker room in that first series. Under center is Williams. And now in motion, now stopping is the halfback is Brown. The handoff will go to Stockton. Stockton runs out of room, but now Stutter steps his way between the guards and tackles out to the 37-yard line. He should have been down right at the line of scrimmage, but somehow he and Hudson Hall waging a personal battle against each other. He got by the initial push up the front, but Hall is able to wrangle him down, but not before a 5-yard pickup. And a 2nd down and 5 coming up here for Steele.
And when you hold Stockton to less than a third of his yards per carry average, but it's a 5-yard gain, you know that your defense is struggling to stop him.
2 receivers each way. Now they'll fire here to the near side. That pass caught by Harris, wrapped up immediately by Rhodes' leg. Over to help him is Tate Shaw. And a pass is complete to the 40-yard line, make it the 42-yard line. So a nice spot there as Harris tried to curl back around and create some space, but they'll give him forward progress. 3-yard gain, and it sets up 3rd down and 2.
And here's where we see really the big difference so far between the 2 offenses, is that when Steele gets into a 3rd down situation, they've had a lot more 3rd and shorts, whereas Westlake on that last series had 3rd and long, and they've had quite a few 3rd and longs here tonight.
From the left hash mark here in front of the Steele bench. 3rd down and 2. And the handoff to Stockton. Stockton dancing forward for a first down. He has positive yardage out to the 50. Still on his feet at the 45-yard line. Hit initially at the 50. His legs keep him moving. And he's finally down at the 42-yard line. He does not stop. A 15-yard pickup at a first down. We get a good look at the replay here. And it's Aidman that finally brings him down along with Shaw. But he is along for the ride, was number 44.
And I don't know what Justin Stockton's career high is for rushing yards, but he is very quickly approaching 300 rushing yards as we near the middle of the third quarter.
277 yards, I believe, is the approximation right now on first down and 10 from the Chaparral 43. Now Williams keeping it, slashes his way up the middle across the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and he'll come to rest at the 36. Looks like Luke Womack. It's 283. And we have a injured Chaparral down on the field, and I believe it is Luke Womack. No, Luke Womack is standing up. We'll have to get a look at this and find out who the player is. And because of the weather, we are absent a sideline reporter, so we'll try to see what this is all about here. Doc Hassan out there, along with Darren Allman. And from our vantage point right now, looks like it might just be a situation where that player got the wind knocked out of him. We're trying to see who it is, as one of the officials is blocking our view. They're trying to pick him up now and see what might be the problem, as that injured player, that injured Chaparral, is right around the Chaparral 38-yard line. Defensive player, and rolling over onto his knees and now trying to get his footing, and it was actually Bryce Boisvert. So Boisvert, unfortunately, 10 tackles a week ago. He has really been a staple there in the middle of the defense, and a surprise, if you will. But looks like either A, we're going to see Andrew Marsh, or Kanan Clark Bateman. We'll see who comes in and replaces him.
It looked like Boisvert there was holding his side. I don't know if it's in the rib area or whether he just wasn't moving his arm with maybe a shoulder, but it looked like they were working on his side, maybe in that rib area.
So we will see. It looks like Marsh is taking over here. We'll get a good look in just a moment. The handoff goes to Wallace. Wallace making an appearance out of the backfield, and Wallace moving his way down to the 31-yard line. Another first down pickup. Tate Shaw on the pop at the end of the play, but a first down run right through the middle of the field down to the 31-yard line. First down and 10 with a 35-14 lead. It's a 21-point lead here for the Knights, and they're knocking on the door again on the Westlake side of the field at their 31.
Keep in mind, Steele came into this season ranked second in 5A. They lost that first game to Madison by 1, are currently number 8 in the state. So this is a heck of a football team.
So now the handoff will stay with Stockton. Make that again, D'Angelo Wallace. My apologies. It looked like Stockton is on the sidelines. In fact, we get a good look at him here. He is on the sidelines, kind of lingering near his head coach, Scott Linoff, saying, hey, I know I have 283 yards, but coach, I need 17 to get 300. We'll see if Linoff lets this senior get his 3 bills.
At this pace, he might as well think about 117. The way he's been running.
Andrew Marsh is the linebacker that has replaced Boisvert, getting attended to on the far side on second down and 5 after the 5-yard plunge by Wallace. And now a timeout has been called. We will take it as well here as we break it in the first half, and we welcome all of you back to Westlake football. We'll be back in a moment. 35-14 from Linoff Stadium. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
The Steam Team, your #1 choice for cleaning residential and commercial carpet, tile, and wood flooring, upholstery, air ducts, and more, including 24-hour emergency water and fire damage restoration. The Steam Team is an Austin original, locally owned and operated since 1983. All employees are trained and certified by the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration. We guarantee our services and will do whatever it takes to please our customers. Call 451-TEAM or online at thesteamteam.com.
We welcome you back to Linoff Stadium, live in Church, Texas. just outside the greater San Antonio area as we welcome all of you back to a 35-14 contest here in the third quarter. 4:09 to play. And Williams and company on the doorstep here. The handoff to Wallace. Wallace slashing his way on the right side as he moves his way inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. Aidman there on the end of the play. As what a surge of speed there. And it was Tate Shaw along with Aidman below that blew up that play. But a 7-yard gain and a first down for the Steele Knights as Williams jogs back in with the play. We've seen Wallace featured on this drive. And Stockton now back into the ball game with Wallace in front of him. First down and 10 from the Chaparral 19. The toss here to the near side to Stockton. Stockton trying to bounce it outside. Turns the corner at the 15. Down to the 12-yard line, and he steps out of bounds there. The clock will stop with 3:39, but a sizable pickup of about 7 yards. And it'll be second down and 3.
We thought they had 3 big starting offensive linemen at 3:18, 3:08, and 3:16. They just brought in a backup offensive lineman, Terrence Stevens, a junior who runs 328 pounds and has a lot more height to him. Really just towers over everybody on the field.
Steele equaling their scoring mark from a year ago at Chaparral Stadium with 35, but right now there's only 3:39 to play in the third quarter. Zone read and pulling it from the belly of Justin Stockton is Williams, and LG popped there by Rhodes' leg after he was locked in by Hudson Hall. Picks up a couple of yards down inside the 10-yard line to the 9. And it's good for a first down, and it will be first and goal for the Knights.
And I can't believe that you have Terrence Steele, the backup tackle on your bench. He just drove a Westlake defender 10 yards downfield. He has to be at least 6'6", just judging from his frame, 328 pounds.
I formation here, and right now just a push forward by Keyshawn Brown. 9 carries, 63 yards, and a score. A lot of his carries coming late in ball games with big leads, including last week with Kerrville-Tivy and their absolute destruction of Kerrville-Tivy right here in this stadium, 49-7. And now second down and goal after the 1-yard gain from the 6-yard line. 2.5 minutes to play third quarter. And now early movement here, and it's the tight end, Matt Moen. We have yet to call really his name as he's an over-the-top presence here for the Steele Knights, and we saw that a year ago, but early movement here is going to back them up, and it is an illegal procedure, a false start, if you will, that backs it up to the 11-yard line on the left hash. The hash mark closest to the Steele bench here as they move right to left do the Knights here in the third quarter. From our radio perspective, and of course our television perspective, they move left to right. Second and goal from the 11. Moen now in the slot right with Harris split wide right. A back on either side of Williams on second and goal from the 11. They pulled and pass over the middle is caught. And just when I said that Matt Moen has not gotten any activity, he was the one that moved first. And now from 11 yards out, Williams finds him for 6. Touchdown Steele, touchdown Matt Moen. And for the senior, his second touchdown reception of the season. Touchdown Matt Moen, touchdown Steele.
The 6'3", 232-pound tight end, a senior, one of 4 Steele players who are committed to a Division I school. He's committed to play for Nevada next season. And he gets the touchdown catch there.
Holden on for the extra point. The snap is down. The kick is good. With 2:04 remaining in the third quarter, it is all Steele. 42-14. We'll be back to Lindhoff Stadium after this. This is Westlake football.
On game days, you see me running out here with close to 100 other people. It's a team effort. It takes all of us to make UT football a success. It's a lot like you and your finances. You need to surround yourself with the best people in the business. That's where University Federal Credit Union comes in. The UFCU team works hard to make sure your financial game plan is always in shape. University of Texas Athletics and University Federal. So close, we share the same name.
longest drive of the night for the Knights of Steele, 11 plays, 66-yard drive. When I say longest, I mean time, 5:23, and I mean longest plays, 11 plays, an 11-yard touchdown reception by the tight end Matt Moen, his second of the season, his first of the evening, and the route is on for the Westlake Chaparrals here tonight. Unfortunately, on the working end of a 42-14 lead here for the Steele Knights. As Westlake will have to get on the board and get on the board early here and quickly. 2:04 to play third quarter, 42-14, and just a pop-up kick by Holden. It'll lean here to the short kickoff will be touched by Rhodes' leg, and it looks like it actually will belong to Steele. We will see. And right now it will be Westlake football as Rhodes' leg dove for that ball. He didn't have to. He had to clear out of the way, but Rhodes unfortunately managed to touch the football, got everybody excited, but he was so close to the Steele sideline, he could have let that one bounce out of bounds, and it would have been Chaparral ball at the 30.
And great shot there by our camera crew. I could actually see read the lips of the side judge there saying out of bounds, so whoever recovered that ball must have been lying on the white stripe, so Westlake will retain possession here.
So it will be 4 wide receivers here with 2:04 to play third quarter. Westlake with a seemingly insurmountable lead, but there's a pass over the middle that is caught by Sean Rawlings. Rawlings at his feet, on his feet inside the 50-yard line as he crosses into Steele territory, down the left hash mark, and he's brought down just inside the 40-yard line, down to the 38-yard line, a 31-yard pickup here as the rain begins to fall here in Schertz. A huge gain for Sean Rawlings is just a quick slant to number 11, and he takes it 31 yards for a first down. Down to the 39-yard line in Steele territory.
And if I'm Westlake, I just continue to throw the football here. Let Jordan Siebert, he's in a comfort zone right now as it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field by Steele.
Timeout has been called, and it has been called by Steele. We will keep it here as we play football in the third quarter. We owe you a quarter break here coming up when this 150 expires, but Westlake got to be in hurry-up mode right now, and you mentioned it. Stay away from the ground game. If you want to pepper one in, do so, but I would, at this point in time, John, really utilize the speed of Ben Slaughter, get him in the flat. If you want to look to the run, have him be a kind of a safety harness here in the flat, especially with the rain falling now. The ball is going to get slicked up a little bit. Right now, Jordan Siebert and the Westlake Chaparral offense, high percentage plays through the air.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of, we've seen receivers running free in the secondary. We've seen a lot of time for Jordan Siebert. So the passing game, even though Westlake only has 14 points on the board, the passing game has looked good, and Jordan Siebert has looked sharp at times tonight.
2 wide receivers to the near side right now, fake, and now wide open is Dansby. Dansby dancing inside the 25-yard line. He's upended there, and a nice play by Alvin Johnson to knock him off his feet. And make that actually, it's Casey Cooley on the play. But a huge pop by Dansby, but a big first down pickup as well, an 18-yard pickup and a first down, and now into the pistol is Jordan. He has 4 wide receivers. They dump it off, the pass is tipped and knocked down by Patrick Elliott. It looked like Patrick tried to corral that football, and the ball fell incomplete as the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete, second down coming up for Westlake at 1:34 left on the third quarter clock. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. Rhodes split out wide right, Rawlings in the slot right, Elliott to the left. Now Jordan on the zone read. The give to Chavez. Chavez cutting it upfield, down towards the 10-yard line, just inside the numbers as he works his way down to the 6 before he's brought down there. Nice play in the open field by Anthony Johnson. Johnson brings him down, but a first down run. It's first and goal for Westlake with 1:27, a 15-yard pickup for Alex Chavez.
And that's what's worked so far in this game. It's using the pass to set up the run, which is typically the opposite thing of what you do, but it's worked so far.
Christian O'Connor in the game as the halfback. Now the play action, Jordan looking towards the end zone. That pass is low and incomplete, intended for O'Connor, who came out of his halfback position there. A true Spider 2Y banana, if you will. We talk about that play with Zach Dansby as a tight end. It works with a tight end or a halfback, and that time O'Connor getting his first look as Boykin checks out and Elliott checks back in on second and goal from the 6-yard line. Rhodes split out wide to the right, Elliott in the slot right. Pistol formation here. Chavez the deep setback. The handoff on the zone read will go to Chavez, and Chavez will grind his way inside the 5. Chavez on the left side really working behind that offensive line. And it's been impressive on the left side with Calvin Anderson and Taylor Marks. Just get a good shot of the sidelines there, and you know that Christian O'Connor checking out as Rawlings checking in. Stephon Beard just sitting there with bated breath, wanting to be on this offensive line to open up holes for his teammates. We'll talk about him a little bit later on in the broadcast. On 3rd and goal from the 5. 3 wide receivers in the formation here. Now the zone read on the play action. Jordan flushed out. Jordan looking, fires towards the back of the end zone. Flag is down, but the pass is over the head of Patrick Elliott, and a flag is down at the 2-yard line. We'll see what this penalty is all about as our referee, Lonnie Johnson, will visit with Ray King, the line judge. It's holding on the defense, and that's a big play. It'll be defensive holding on the Steele Knights, and that'll set up a half a distance to the goal penalty here, and it'll be an automatic first down for the Chaparrals. They will pick up positive yardage down to the 2-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's very huge right there, just to let this offense get going a little bit and put some more points on the board, build some confidence, because they really have put a few good drives together in this ball game, and this is just another example.
O'Connor and Chavez, the deep setbacks out of the power eye. The toss here to the near side. Chavez trying to cut it upfield. Chavez into the end zone for the score. Touchdown, Alex Chavez. For the 2nd time tonight, the senior gets 6. Tex-Mex in for the score. Touchdown, Westlake.
There you see the lead block there by starting quarterback Jordan Siebert. At 6'4", 225, I think he qualifies to be out there as a blocking back, and he sprung Alex Chavez for the touchdown.
Alex Chavez for the 2-yard touchdown run, his 2nd of the night. Out of the hold of Rawlings, here's Nelson. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 24 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, it is Steele 42, Westlake 21. This is Westlake football.
Ever wonder what's scratching around in your attic? Hi, I'm Bobby Jenkins of ABC, and it may be rodents. If you're hearing something, call our specialist for a free inspection. If needed, we'll design a rodent control plan for your home. We'll seal entrance and exit points and install traps, then return to remove the traps and ensure your home is rodent-free. And you'll have a 1-year renewable warranty after we leave. ABC Home and Commercial Services, specialists for your environment.
Call ABC Home and Commercial Services.
A 7-play, 70-yard drive for the Westlake Chaparrals, capped by a 2-yard touchdown run by Alex Chavez, his 2nd of the night. 21 points on the board for the Chaparrals, 42 on the board for the Steele Knights, while it's been the Justin Stockton show for the Knights of Steele. Westlake quietly putting together an early scoring drive in just their 2nd possession of the ball game. But how big is that 11-play drive that took over 5.5 minutes off the 3rd quarter clock? And Steele with a 21-point lead here with only 24 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Alex Rees to kick it off. He'll kick it off here with 24 seconds, back deep to receive. This kickoff is Justin Stockton. And now an adjustment here. It looks like we may see an onside kick opportunity here, maybe even a squig kick. Malik and the hands team all in there. Is Malik Jacobs part of this? And now they regroup and they'll kick it away. But it'll be a short, high kickoff. Stockton trying to come up with it. He'll let it hit at the 16. Now he comes here to the near side. Now as a whole, cuts by one defender at the 30. Does so again at the 32-yard line, at the 40-yard line, down the left sideline, and he steps out of bounds, leaping over a would-be tackler there. As it looked like Rhodes was possibly there. In fact, that's not going to be Rhodes. That's Stephen Rue on there as one of the upbacks here on the special teams unit. But what a return by Justin Stockton, reversing his footsteps not once, not twice, but 3 times, and does so for a 35-yard return into Westlake territory down to the Chaparral 47-yard line.
And over the past few years, we've seen Westlake play some higher-rated running backs. I think of Aaron Green at Madison, P. Ryan last year, who had a great game against Westlake, but nobody nobody has been as good as Justin Stockton. He is just really, really impressive with his quickness and speed.
Two wide receivers to the far side of the field, one here to the near side. Now the handoff will go to D'Angelo Wallace trying to turn the corner, and he can't do it. Tate Shaw bringing him down in bounds as the clock will keep moving here. Is nice job there by Tate Shaw. Just wrapping him up right at the line of scrimmage. May have shot forward for about a half-yard gain, but no gain officially. That is the final play of the fourth quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, Westlake with a 21-point deficit. It's Steele 42, Westlake 21. This is Westlake football.
For 102 years, the Covers have set the standard for car dealers in Central Texas. Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, and your parents, grandparents, and even some of your great-grandparents have shopped with my family. Our service, our inventory, and of course, our low Covert price are the reasons over 1 million customers come back again and again. We want to be your car dealer. Let us prove it. Covert Auto Group, Austin, Bastrop, and Hutto.
We welcome you back to Linoff Stadium live in Church, Texas here, 42-21. Now in the fourth quarter. From our vantage point here in the press box, left to right to left on your television screen, and the handoff will go to Denley. Denley with room up the middle and has a first down as he cuts right through the middle of the defense here for the Westlake Chaparrals down to the Westlake 34-yard line. Nice pickup of 18 yards at a first down here for Bryson Denley. 154-pound sophomore at 123 yards rushing coming into this one. 9.5 yards per carry, and of course the one touchdown on the season for the young sophomore. The counter, if you will, to Justin Stockton and D'Angelo Wallace, the young Bryson Denley. First down and 10 from the Chaparral 34-yard line, just underway in the fourth quarter. 42-21, and Westlake trying to be the cardiac shaft once again. They got to find a way to stop the Knights. Denley with the carry inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Big surge there up front along the defensive line, and Westlake kind of caught back on their heels, and a good pickup down to the 29-yard line along the right hash.
And they're not playing Justin Stockton right here with an offensive line that averages 289 pounds across the board. It really doesn't matter who's in the backfield right now, whether it's Wallace or Denley or Brown. They're really just running right up the middle and having a lot of success.
Wallace will split out wide to the left with a tight end here to the near side, and Kenny Wise. A back on either side here on 2nd and 5. Zone read. The handoff will go to Denley. Denley trying to cut it outside. Runs out of room. Now churning inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. Luke Womack and Tate Shaw on the stop, and it's a first down run. Pickup of 7 yards and a first down for Bryson Denley. (42-21), Joe Taylor, John Nidell, Brian Ferguson, our statistician, Cameron Walker, our on-site producer. From Church, Texas, just outside the greater San Antonio area, as we bring you live coverage on KLGO, AM 1490, Austin, Texas. The Westlake Chap app and WestlakeNation.com. First and 10 from the 23. It's a toss to Denley. Denley trying to bounce it outside. Almost a shoestring tackle there, but Hudson Hall there to wrap it up. And give credit to Tate Shaw for knifing through the defense to slow down Denley. Gave Hall time to come up and pop him at the 19-yard line. Still a pickup of almost 5 yards on the play. And it'll be second down and a long 5, maybe 2nd and 6 here, an official gain of 4 yards.
A good job there by Tate Shaw on the outside to fight off a blocker and was able to trip up Denley. And like you said, Hudson Hall finished him off, but Westlake's defense here inside the red zone need to find a way to stop Steele.
Split out wide to the right is Wallace in the pistol formation. Offset backs, and now Williams trying to take it himself. He dances inside the 17-yard line, avoids one tackler near the numbers on the front of the Westlake bench, and works his way down to about the 15-yard line. Call it the 14-yard line as Rhodes' leg brings him down, and it'll set up third down and short. Wallace with the play. It'll be a 5-yard gain. Third down and 1 here. The ball marked on the left hash mark inside the 15 at the 14 as Wallace splits out wide to the right. Brown, the lead back, Denley, the deep back. As they are offset to the right, and now a big opportunity there as flags come in. It'll be a false start on Steele. That'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
And so far in this game, I think on 3rd and mediums, Steele has shown that they like to run the ball more on these types of down and distances, especially in the 4th quarter. Up 21 with 9 minutes to go. Expect Steele probably to run this football. Maybe some type of misdirection, but it's also an area of the field where if they have a 4th and short, you really might as well go for it rather than kick a field goal.
Jalen Harris on as he'll split out wide to the right. Backs off set in the pistol. And now rain starting to fall a little bit here as now the zone read handoff goes to Bryson Denley. Denley churning his feet, and he picks up the 1st down inside the 14-yard line, down to the 13-yard line. Is just following his blockers here, and the offensive line for the Steele Knights having a whale of a night here at home with up 42-21.
Yeah, can't tackle with your head all the way down into the ground, and that's what one of the Westlake defenders tried to do there, and Denley made him pay with a 1st down.
Ball marked at the 11-yard line, so you can pick up the 1st down inside the 2. Wallace split out wide left. Harris here to the near side right. Backs off set in the shotgun formation here. Now the handoff to straight up the gut. Stuttering his step is Bryson Denley, and Denley is in for the score. From 11 yards out, Bryson Denley, the sophomore, has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season and his 1st rushing touchdown of the evening as he gets in on the action as well. 4 touchdowns for Justin Stockton, 1 rushing touchdown for L.G. Williams, and now Bryson Denley has the 6th. Touchdown Steele.
The Steele fans here in attendance are getting a look at their next running back. He's just a sophomore. It's Bryson Denley.
Bryson Denley on, or excuse me, Doolin on for the extra point, and that is good. With 7:55 to play in the ball game, it's Steele 49, Westlake 21. We'll be back in a moment. This is Westlake football.
At age 40, attorney and Marine Corps reservist David Little was the picture of health until the left side of his body went completely numb.
We were on the phone while he was driving home when he suddenly stopped talking.
My dad had a stroke when he was driving me home.
I'm just really glad he ended up at St. David's, South Austin.
St. David's, South Austin saved my life.
Do you know what to do in an emergency? Visit stdavids.com to learn more.
This winter, prepare to be amazed as Elisa's Dance Academy and the Westlake Symphonic Orchestra come together to perform a variety of holiday favorites. From Tchaikovsky to Jingle Bell Rock, audiences will be astounded by concert-quality music and dramatic visual effects in a stunning production perfect for all ages. Join us December 12th, 13th, and 14th as the Westlake Technical Entertainment Crew and Lexus of Austin present The Nutcracker Spectacular.
We welcome you back. Rain picking back up and then dying down just like that. Joe Taylor alongside John Nidell. An 8-play, 53-yard drive for the Steele Knights, capped by an 11-yard touchdown run by Bryson Denley, his 2nd of the season. Young sophomore, as the Knights fans get a good look at their future, as John said. Malik Jacobs will let this one bounce 8 yards deep over his head, and it will be a touchback, and we'll see the Westlake offense. Again, not necessarily out of it, so to speak, mathematically, but right now time, the enemy of the Westlake Chaparrals, is they are staring down the barrel of yet another 28-point deficit here. They scored their last time out, but the defense just cannot stop this high-powered Steele offense.
Yeah, and right now the goal really is just to get another good drive by your offense. That's really all you can do, down 28 points with 8 minutes left.
Now Siebert back to pass, fires over the middle, or towards the right side, I should say, and that's intended for John Rhodes. And that's an incomplete pass. 2nd down coming up for Westlake. And now on the snap, Siebert rolling right, looking on 2nd and 10, fires to the far side. That pass caught by Elliott. Elliott trying to work his way to the 30-yard line and finally gets out of bounds right around the 29. So good pickup there by Patrick Elliott.
You see again a lot of time for Jordan Siebert in the pocket. If you're going to take away positives from this game for Westlake, certainly the passing game has looked a lot better, and the time for Jordan Siebert, which has been an issue over his tenure as a starting quarterback, certainly a positive coming out of this game.
So on third down and 6, pass over the middle to Sean Rawlings, and now the flag is going to come in from the back judge. And that's the right call.
Yes.
They were looking for it, were the Westlake Chaparrals, so was Rawlings. Rawlings chirping for it, and the back judge, Turner McGarity, says, yes, that's exactly right. Rawlings was messed with as he tried to work his way across the middle, so it looks like Westlake will be the beneficiary here of a penalty, and it is pass interference on the Steele Knight defense, and it will be an automatic first down. So a break here for Westlake with 7:39 to play in the ball game. 49-21. The Steele Knights have led since the first quarter. An L.G. Williams touchdown run of 10 yards. Back to pass. Here's Jordan. Fires over the middle. That pass caught by Rawlings. Rawlings at the 40 trying to turn the corner and out of the grasp of the Knight defense there. And Quentin Miles comes up and makes the stop on Rawlings, but it's a nice pickup to about the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. It'll set up 2nd down and 3.
And that official clearly ready to get out of this rain, because there is no way that Sean Rawlings did not run out of bounds on that play and kept the clock rolling.
And I'm not sure what rain they're trying to get out of. I don't see anything that would resemble anything that would be halfway annoying as the rain earlier today. Now the handoff goes to the near side, and Alex Chavez lowering his shoulder and meeting the defensive end, Matthew Simmons. And Matthew Simmons, that's upends him at the 45-yard line as both of those two big men meet. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the left hash.
Yeah, rain or not, it is past 10 o'clock. I can understand. You want to get home.
And a last-minute substitution here is kind of the groan from the sidelines here. And now a power eye look for Jordan Siebert on 3rd down and 2. The fake toss, now Jordan back to pass. Looking, fires to the far side. That pass is incomplete, intended for John Rhodes. He went up for it, knew he was going to get popped by Carl Cunningham, and it's 4th down for Westlake. And the principals will stay on the field here as 4th down and 2. We'll see what Jordan decides to do as Siebert looks to the sideline. Will it be a pooch punt, or will they try to go for it here down by 28? Quentin Miles checks back into the ball game here, the 150-pound senior. 9 total tackles. He has a fumble recovery and broken up a pass as well. And he mans the middle of the defense here. He'll come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jordan under center. He will run it on 4th down and 2, trying to get him to jump off sides. A hard count, but they'll run the play. Hand off to Ben Slaughter. He is snuffed out right at the line of scrimmage by Zach Edwards. He avoids the tackle, falls forward, but it's still for a loss. And turning away the Chaparrals on downs, the Knight defense. And the men in black very happy with what they've accomplished. As Ben Slaughter goes down for about a yard loss, and it's 1st down and 10 for the Steele Knights on the Chaparral 43-yard line.
And there's 2 sides to every play. It's obviously a great play there by Zach Edwards, but also just a blown assignment by the interior of that Westlake offensive line. He came free, and that's not what you want when it's 4th and 3.
Tyler Wagner in as the quarterback of record. The handoff will go to Bryson Denley, who runs into his own man as he falls down at the 40-yard line. Can't really give anybody credit for the tackle there, but a nice job by Tyler Wagner just getting in the ballgame briefly. He'll jog to the sidelines to Scott Linhoff. Mentioned Linhoff has a Baylor connection. You would think that the head coach and former offensive coordinator for these Steele Knights at 32 years of age would be an all-football kind of guy after playing at Clements, but no, a gifted pitcher, actually played in the Baylor program, part of an incredible run here in the early part of the decade, the 2000 era. Powerful pitching staffs that he was a part of, Linhoff, but went the coaching route, knew the future was in football. Trevor Dickey bringing down the running back there, Denley, and Denley once again proving his worth here as he'll jog off the field. Shaken up a little bit there as Trevor popped him.
Most of the Westlake starters on defense still in the ball game. We have not seen the return of Boisvert, however.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 here. Westlake trying to hold here. Wagner under center, backs offset, back to pass on a 3-step drop. That pass is caught here on the near side, and a nice grab there, but making his way out of would-be tacklers, and a great grab by the Steele receiver, Chase Dixon. Dixon able to work his way out of not 1 but 2 tacklers, and he works his way down to the 32-yard line. His first reception of the year, and it's good for a 1st down.
A lot of little guys on this offense, but they've proven to be very strong and very hard to tackle as they have really been, shown their strength in just powering through some tackles and right there pushing for the first down.
It'll be first down and 10 from the Chaparral 32-yard line after the 6-yard pickup on third down and 6 on the pass to Dixon, who lines up here to the near side right. The handoff will go this time towards the deep setback, and digging into their bench is Darius Pettaway. And Pettaway brought down, but now a little skirmish going on, as we saw in the play before that Deontay Noel and Hudson Hall were kind of chirping at each other a little bit. And Deontay Hall will find his place on the sideline, and a penalty coming. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, a personal foul. But another personal foul called on Westlake as well. So those offset, and it will be second down and 10. So it's like it never happened. A loss of down for Steele on the unsportsmanlike conduct after the ball has been blown dead after the carry by Pettaway.
There's actually been a push in the NFL to do away with, as much as possible, with the offsetting personal fouls. Try to give it to the guy that truly deserves it, because like you said, it really is like it never happened.
Power eye look for Wagner here, under center. The handoff to Pettaway. Pettaway straight up the gut. Andrew Marsh grabbing onto him as he works his way across the 25-yard line, but a nice job there by Andrew Marsh, wrapping him up at the 25-yard line. It'll bring up third down here, third down and a short 4 from the right hash mark at the 25-yard line. 3:44 to play in the ball game. 49-21. The Knights have established themselves as one of the premier teams in the state. Obviously beating up a good Westlake football team here tonight. Still short on defense with injury, and a power eye look, and the handoff will go up the middle to the fullback, and Cody Hicks getting an opportunity, the 187-pound senior, inside the 20-yard line, picks up the first down. So a little fullback handoff there from Wagner to Hicks, and Hicks picks up the first down inside the red zone in Westlake territory down to the 18.
And if you're Westlake, you just have to look no further than last year to see you lose to this Steele team by 25. You go 1-3 in non-district play, and look where you end up in the state semifinals, and a heck of a year when it was all said and done. So the goals are still out in front of them.
Desmond Edmondson in the ball game, a small wide receiver, a little early movement, no call. The handoff will go to Pettaway. Pettaway trying to work his way back to the line of scrimmage, and does. Falls forward for a yard gain. And the tackle made by Daniel Aidman. Hudson Hall slow to get up as he's helped to his feet by Andrew Marsh, who's cleared a lot of playing time here in the second half after Bryce Boisvert injured. We are inside 2:45 to play. It'll be a long bus ride for the Chaparrals, as not only are they on the wrong side of the scoreboard here, but they've been beat up tonight. A true test for the Chaparrals on defense by this huge offensive line for the Steele Knights. Second down and 9 after the 1-yard gain. Here comes the blitz, good penetration, but they beat it. Hicks tries to turn around the corner. Hicks inside the 15-yard line. Andrew Marsh, Trevor Dickey, Tate Shaw all there, but Dickey just really the first one to get in there and cause the havoc inside the 15-yard line. But how about Hicks? Cody Hicks taking his opportunity to the max.
And this is the time in the game, really, where the Westlake defensive coaches, they're leaving their starters out there, and you have the backups, for the most part, in the game for the Steele offense. You want to see your defense step up against this unit for Steele, and certainly the Westlake defensive coaching staff, they want to see it from their starters. They want to see them stop somebody.
Third down and 5 here inside the 19-yard line. Power eye look, Dickey in front of Pettaway. Early movement again, and they're going to call it this time. And Hicks moved early the first time, wasn't called for it. He's going to get it this time as he tried to get his feet moving a little bit before the snap of the football, and it's going to cost him 5. So a 5-yard walk-off there back to the 19-yard line, so technically the original line of scrimmage. Third down and 10 now in decision time as Chase Dixon checks into the ball game with the play. Like you said, John, backups for the most part, and I tell you what, we still see big Cameron Jackson out there, a 318-pound senior along the left side as they're getting all the work here. But we see Kenny Wise getting an opportunity to block as well as a tight end. Power eye look again on third down and 10. Hand off to Hicks, the ball's on the loose. The ball's on the loose. It's right at the 24-yard line, trying to recover it with is Pettaway, and it looks like Pettaway does come up with it, and it will be a fourth down scenario here on the fumbled exchange. So with a fourth down opportunity here for the Knights of Steele, We'll see what they try to do here. Will they trot out Hubin, who has made 2 field goals this season, or will they call a timeout? Try to discuss what they want to do, but Wagner will trot back out with the play from Scott Linhoff. And it looks like they will go for it on 4th down and 15 after the loss of 5 when the ball hit the carpet. The handoff will go to Petaway. Petaway trying to cut it back upfield. Petaway trying to break loose inside the 15-yard line and down to the 10. Actually, on that play, Nick Scott coming up and making the pop there with a nice run, but it's short, and Westlake will take over on downs on their own 11-yard line. So Westlake will have the final 20 seconds here, and we will see if they actually get an opportunity to run the play. But a brilliant game played by the Steele Knights, and of course Justin Stockton with the 4 touchdown runs, 2 explosive plays, obvious, put a stamp on this ball game, and we have seen, I don't mind saying this as far as my opinion is concerned, one of the best backs the state has to offer here in the 5A ranks. He is as advertised as Justin Stockton, has the opportunity here to do damage to the Westlake football team. Final play here most likely, and Sievert trying to air it out towards the far sideline, has Rhodes, and that pass is overthrown and incomplete. 14 seconds remain in the 4th quarter, but a brilliant job by these Knights of Steele as the men in black really roughing up the Chaparrals tonight here in Schertz. Final 14 seconds as John Nidell makes his way towards the sidelines. Obviously going to be a frustrated group of players, but they understand that this is not something where you're just playing a better team. A free play here, and Jordan Sievert will have to roll out of the back of his end zone. Jordan looking downfield, fires downfield, has a man. It's Patrick Elliott, and that pass is incomplete. No flag on the play downfield, but flags on the play, and it'll be an offsides penalty. So we'll do it all over again, and Westlake will have one final heave, or will they elect to take a knee and jog to the bus? But just a better team overall, and we welcome John Nidell, who's back on the sidelines here for the final few seconds of the broadcast here in the game coverage, John. And that's one thing that the Westlake Chaparrals really can't hang their heads about. They didn't make too many mistakes tonight. They did not turn the ball over. Only 1 turnover in the ball game, and that was the fumble. But the Knights of Steele at a better place right now going into district play. And of course, coming through a region that will serve them nicely in the playoffs. But right now, just a very effective football unit, especially up front. 5 wides as Jordan will fire it over the middle. That pass is caught. This will be the final play of the game, and the ball comes out, but the whistles will blow. That is the end of the ball game. The final score here from Linhoff Stadium in Schertz, Texas. The Knights of Steele 49, Westlake 21. A 28-point win here. There will be no comeback tonight for the comeback Chaps. Obviously some work to do. We've got to find out about injuries. The Westlake Chaparrals will have to take some inventory, but awaiting the Chaparrals at Berger Stadium a week from tonight are the Bulldogs of Bowie, as District 15 5A play will start next week. The Chaparrals fall to 2-2 on the season, and with that win, despite the 46-45 loss in the 0 week against San Antonio Madison, these Steele Knights out of Cibolo, victory once again here at home. Back-to-back home wins. The win over Tybee a week ago, 49-7, 51-31, the win at Converse Judson. Of course, we mentioned the loss to San Antonio Madison. They will take their non-district record to 3-1. Westlake, like I said, falling to 2-2. And John, as you await Darren Allman, one thing is for sure, Steele's going to be there in the playoffs. If they are able to at least keep this team somewhat healthy, if that offensive line, averaging about 289 pounds a man, stays healthy, this is going to be a team destined for a long run in Coach Scott Linhoff's inaugural season as the head coach of the Knights. You can see both teams kind of exchanging congratulatory offerings there as Hudson Hall, who basically took on the entire backfield. Looks like they're all going to come together here and talk things out. Kind of an interesting scenario here as Steele and Westlake will bow their heads and take a knee, as everybody showing an unbelievable sign of sportsmanship here. This is good to see. This is 2 hard-fought, hard-nosed teams that went at it. Not necessarily a slugfest from Westlake, in the underdog coming in, but both teams joining each other at midfield. And folks, this is a wonderful show of sportsmanship by the Steele Knights. Both staffs, all the trainers, and all the players at midfield joining in congregation as Westlake will walk out of here with their second loss of the season, as they could not come back from Justin Stockton in the onslaught of the Knights offense. I'm Joe Taylor. John Nidell will join Darren Allman in just a moment once the congregation dismisses itself, but a nice show of sportsmanship, like I said. And we mentioned Scott Lindhoff. He has been a part of this program since the high school opened. Byron Steele High School, just a few miles away in Cibolo. And this team is no stranger. Once they opened, the talent floodgate opened. And with the talents of guys like Malcolm Brown, now a running back at the University of Texas, talents like Justin Stockton, who is headed to Tech. This is an exciting group of young players and a very young program to have this much success, but they are a successful bunch indeed, and you can't really hold your head too far down if you're the Chaparrals. They went toe-to-toe with a beast tonight, got beat, and for the Westlake Chaparrals, they will have some work to do. The one main instance that I could really describe here in this ball game was some missed tackling and behind the line of scrimmage, but trust me, folks, Justin Stockton is going to make a lot of people miss, both at this level and the next. Helping us out tonight, Cameron Walker, our on-site engineer and producer. Of course, our statistician, Brian Ferguson, tallying up all the totals. We invite all of you listening live on the Westlake Chap app, AM 1490, KLGO Austin, Texas, back in Austin. And, of course, on our website at westlakenation.com. And if you're following the game on Facebook and Twitter, at Westlake Sports for their Twitter handle, and facebook.com/Westlake Sports as part of our Facebook coverage here, all a part of our social media. We'll have Abe Garcia back tweeting from the sideline, and of course a big thanks to all the good folks at the Westlake Technical Entertainment crew providing all the sights and sounds. We remind you once again that the television broadcast will be available for you on channel 1509. That's the Time Warner Cable Sports channel, 1509 in the HD teal, 408 in the digital tier for Time Warner Cable subscribers in Austin, Texas. Of course, check your local listings as you might find this broadcast statewide in other towns around the state of Texas. So please check your local listings. Right now, John Nidell down on the sidelines with Darren Allman. John?
Well, Coach, obviously not the result that you wanted, but you know that losses in the non-district can really be lessons learned.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's a great football team, and I think without a doubt the best one that we've played this year, and I think they'll be one of the Final Four teams playing in December unless they have some bad luck come their way. But really some explosive speed and a lot of size up front and athletic size. So, you know, like I just told the team, you know, we see now where we've got to get to if we want to play late in December and be one of those Final Four teams, and we're not that far away. We've got to catch up a little bit defensively, and some of that's going to be getting healthy with some people, but some of it's just going to be growing up. And, you know, if we can get some growth defensively and we can get better and get the offense more stops, I think we've got a chance to beat someone like that. They're a great football team, but I think offensively we played well enough to win. We just didn't get enough possessions, and they gobbled up the clock on us and just kept the momentum with their running game. And the long runs killed us. We can't give up long runs like that and expect to win. And we only got one turnover, I believe. And so, you know, I think we saw some good things, though, too. And it'll be a great evaluation tool for us on film and a great learning tool for us as well. And so, you know, we're okay. Our kids' spirits are good right now. And, you know, we don't like losing. Nobody does. But we understand what's coming up next week. We've got Bowie in a district game, and they start counting now. And we just got to keep getting better. We got a lot of room to grow, and we better grow real quickly if we want to win a district championship, and that's where we're headed now.
Coach, quickly, I got to ask about the show of sportsmanship here at the end of the game with Steele defensive end Matthew Simmons leading a prayer with both teams centered around midfield. What was that like?
He did a great job with that, and it was really a neat deal, and we're going to start doing that more. Really, it was as our players were shaking hands, I heard conversations going on, asking each other if they wanted to pray together, and that was coming from our players and theirs. And then he got selected to lead the prayer, and what a fabulous job he did with it. And outstanding young man, and they do a great job here. They're I thought it was a clean football game, a very physical football game, but I think it's pretty clean. And, hopefully we get to play them again. And, just real proud of our kids and have a lot of respect for their program as well.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you next week.
Okay, John.
Joe.
John Nidell down on the sidelines, back up in the booth here. A two-man crew here at Lenhoff Stadium in Church, Texas. And you heard it. Again, Coach hopes to play this team again. And if that were to happen, it means a Division II state title, most likely. State title game or bust for the Westlake Chaparrals and Steele. And you heard that show of sportsmanship led by the Steele defensive players and, of course, Matthew Simmons doing the honors there on the sidelines. And, of course, a nice night for football. The weather stayed appropriate for the football game to continue without interruption. For John Nidell, I'm Joe Taylor, and, of course, our statistician is Brian Ferguson, our on-site producer Cameron Walker, and, of course, the good folks at Westlake Technical Entertainment crew providing all the sights and the sounds from tonight's broadcast. Again, you can watch it again at Channel 1509 in HD as part of our coverage of the replay broadcast on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Again, that's 1509. Your final score, we'll have the postgame show, the drive home, if you will, coming up next. But as far as our television audience is concerned, that will do it from Lenhoff Stadium. Again, the final score, Westlake, unfortunately, met a buzzsaw tonight in the form of the Knights. Steele 49, Westlake 21. Westlake falls to 2-2 on the season. The Knights move to 3-1. They will begin district play next week. And coming up a week from tonight, the Westlake Chaparrals begin District 15 5A play on the road against the Bowie Bulldogs. My thanks again to all the folks that made this broadcast possible. Good night from Lenhoff Stadium. This is Westlake Football.